Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Lords of Misrule. Man, I feel like I was just sitting here 2 days ago for Wonderworld. We have a exciting show for you here today. We are missing a couple people, as usual, but we have Sarah back, and we are ready to rumble with our druid. She has stepped away from her computer right now. She'll be back in a second. There she is. We've got a couple of things that I'm going to go ahead and cover in announcements, and then we will get into the action. We had a couple of streams over the last week, including Wonderworld, like I said, on Thursday. We had our newest episode of Cyberscape go up live on Wednesday, and then we had, or not live, why did I say that? We had our it is now live, it is now up on iTunes and Castbox, and then we had our first session, or our first can't speak today. We had our first game or stream of Matropony, a video game series that Savannah and I are going to be doing. That was last Thursday, so a week from the previous Thursday. So we're going to be doing those. We got an actual packed lineup for Thursdays now. I think we're streaming something every week at this point, so check us out. In looking ahead, we are all very excited for the continuation of, or picking back up in Wild Space on Monday for our chapter 2 or act 2 or series 2 of Wild Space. It's going to be kind of a deviation from the story so far. New characters, new place, new system, but same old, same setting and goofs and schlorps that you're all so familiar with. So check that out. That will be up on at 8:00 here on Twitch on Monday night. And I think that's it. Oh, the other thing is Cyberscape is also, we're going to, because we were late in the last episode, the next one will be going up next Wednesday. So you can catch that too for more MMO fantasy Griffin antics. I think that's it as far as announcements go. So we will get started here in a second. So buckle up and get ready for this next episode of Lords of Misrule. Welcome back. So previously in our little fantasy adventure here, we had a bit of drama as while the crew was taking care of some business, was serving as guards for an event between some of the elites of Gothford. There was an attack by a faction known as the Draconisi. There was a panic and flames and death and destruction as the Imperial Tower in the Upper Gothford area was destroyed. In the process, the party fled to Cordelia's family estate, a Nosfori hideout underneath the Memorial Hospital in Central Gothford. You had a conversation with Cordelia's mother and brother, both of them being Nosfori agents or elites within the family, and spoke with Harin a bit, trying to get your bearings, deciding what you're going to do now that the heads of the families were perceived missing and the city is in a bit of an uproar as a result, and the future is uncertain. You learned a couple of things. You learned that Ashley had something to do with the Draconisi getting into the city. And you learned their location of where they are currently hiding out and where you last saw the brass dragon that attacked the tower fleeing to after its attack. You were able to convince Ashley were able to convince Haran to help you out a bit in this semi kind of elusive plot that you might have to vie for power yourselves or solidify some sort of peace within the city. Your actions or your kind of role in all of this still a little bit undetermined at this point. However, Haran did suggest that whatever it is that you needed finances, you needed funding for it, and as such, you would need to maybe complete some more jobs, one of which he had received from your old contact, the Calvert professor, who had sent you into the Undercity. You decided to meet back up with the professor and your ooze friend Gil, and explore some of the further reaches of the Undercity, these caverns and catacombs beneath it. You also dropped off some items. We had a very brief scene with going to Arlington's Antiquities and commissioning some more fun goodies for your crew. You made your way into the Undercity, had an encounter with some zombies and skeletons in this sort of twisted, slanted terrain. You were kind of handily defeating them and stumbling upon a knight, an individual who introduced himself as, I don't have the name here, Sir Aerolith, one of the leaders, or the leader of the Circle of Ruin, a collection of revenants who lord over this once elven city. They asked you to aid them in their situation to gain revenge against the cause of the ruin that had befallen this elven capital, the result of the actions of an archmage, Danareth. You agreed to help, but based on their description and kind of seeing the waters here, you decided that maybe to wait a bit, regather a bit of your forces and see what was going on in the above city in Gothford before taking a bite out of this apple. So you began to leave the cavern, and as you did, you caught your first glimpse of the tower, this shining, multicolored beacon towards the center of the city, and you heard the faint bit of jazz music carrying from this strange under-city tower as you left. So that's where we are going to pick up with your gang, your squad. You hear this music as you are leaving. So where do you want to go? What's the plan here? Do you want to head back to the joint? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think the plan is get back to the joint. At the very least, we want to get out from underground, get back into the sunlight, the daylight, or maybe it's nighttime by now, but we need a change of scenery.
You guys know Cordelia does not want to be in this cave.
Yes.
Okay. So with
for this plan.
With the intention of coming back to help the circle once you
yeah, and we would have told the professor that there's zombies about.
Yes.
And about
leave them alone
and how to generally get there. Yeah, all the stuff he needs to do academia.
Yeah. Did say He did say that he would be, or the Aerolith and the other revenants did say that they would be accommodating to anyone else that would come into the city as long as they didn't pose any danger to the city itself, and obviously could handle themselves with the zombies. So you have a brief kind of conversation with the professor as you make your way out of the underground and back up into the subway system. I think you just leave a couple confused students and their.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we told him, did he seem surprised that there was a whole city down there?
Yeah, so I think he seems excited that there is a city down there, because it seems to prove his theory that there is this sort of tier of like history and archaeology kind of beneath Gothford, and this further kind of proves his findings and his research. Wasn't too thrilled about the zombies.
I'm sure.
And I think he left with just a simple, I think we'll let you deal with your arrangement with them first before we venture any further. I don't feel comfortable taking on the undead just today.
And that's probably for the best.
Okay. So you get out of the subway and head back towards Cloves. I think you notice a couple things as you are leaving Lower Gothford, whether you are going by taxi or walking. It's about middle of the day at this point, maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon. The city is pretty quiet for the most part. There aren't a lot of cars out, and actually if you try to get a taxi, it's probably a bit difficult to flag one down. There aren't a whole lot working right now, which for the middle of the week is a little strange. There are a lot of shops that are kind of are dark on the inside, not to say boarded up, but just the lively atmosphere of many of the more popular corners of the city are a little more stoic and quiet. You also notice on a lot of street corners, there are people just sort of mulling about, angry looking people, gang affiliated individuals, and kind of in packs, especially in the area you're in Lower Gothford with the Nurian, 5 or 6 standing on almost in spitting distance of any corner, eyeing you very carefully as you walk past, but not making any outright moves towards you. But I think most of you have been in the city long enough to know there is a bit of a there is some sort of military tension displaying of force in the city right now between with some of these gangs. So that's all you kind of catch right now. Eventually wandering your way back to Cloves, heading down the steps in the back of the laundromat. Which, are you open right now, Clove?
So here's what I was going to ask. So since I was not in the sewers with everybody, I'm betting Clove would have kind of been starting to talk to other shopkeepers and stuff like that to hear if they, I guess, to get intel of like, is everybody actually dead? Is like, has there been any sightings? Is like, you know, what does that mean for the, like, using her contacts within the business world, you know,
Okay.
with shopkeepers and stuff, just try and start to figure out the lay of the land now that everybody's dead.
Yeah, so here's because that's going to really like coincide with the conversation we're about to have here with Haran and the shop.
Yeah.
What I will say is, yes, I think you've probably been helping Haran a bit, getting some of this information and figuring out what the status quo is right now. With the information I'm going to give, I'm going to say it's probably pretty likely that you don't have very many customers right now. There are probably a couple that are here. Maybe you're open, but there's just not a lot of traffic.
Yeah, I think what I was gonna say was is I'm betting that like I'm open to to my friends and exclusive clientele, but to everybody else who just kind of cursorily knows about it or stops in every once in a while, I look closed.
Yeah, you
Like
got to have
bars
the
closed.
super secret password to get in right now. Okay, cool. So rest of you make your way, you head down the wooden steps and into the basement laundry joint, or the speakeasy underneath it. And it's very quiet in here. There's probably like not a whole lot of music, maybe like a record player in the back just playing very quietly. Clove and Haran are probably sitting at a table kind of in the middle of this kind of discussion, relaying some of their information. There are a couple of familiar faces, non-essential NPCs that are kind of mulling about having a drink or smoke somewhere around this dark interior, dusky interior. But otherwise it's very quiet in here. And Haran gives a wave as you enter and says, "Oh, well, welcome back. You all seem to be in one piece. I hope it went well."
It went all right. I mean, we found some zombies and stuff.
Need a drink?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Don't we always?
Well, I know you always do, but
Please.
it's like go and get drinks for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, grab a couple bottles and some glasses and pour everyone some drinks as you all sit around the table. Haran has a map in front of him, kind of spread out. That is, there's a lot of like markings on it and areas of the city that are circled and outlined. And he says, "Well, I don't want to interrupt whatever you had planned, but I did get some information. Like I said, I was going to after I woke up this morning."
Only a little defensive.
Well, I had a rough day yesterday, and I wasn't in the right headspace, and I apologize for anything that I might have said or implied or done during this time. But things are pretty tough right now, so...
Yeah, it's like a ghost town out there.
Yeah.
Except for the packs of dogs roaming the streets.
True.
Yeah. Well, I got a bit of the state of things with Clove's help. Had a few ears to the ground, used a couple of contacts throughout the city, and first and foremost, nobody's heard hide nor hair of the of the bosses. As far as anyone can tell, they went down with the building and didn't get back up.
All right.
Who's in charge then?
Well, that's sort of the bad news. Spreads out the map and says, a lot of people. There was
So
a big
no one.
Sorry?
So no one.
No one. Especially with the GCPD in turmoil now that the chief of police is axed as well. It just in the last 24 hours, there's been a huge power grab between the lieutenants and other higher ups within the different families. As far as I can see, here, I'll just show you. And he points across the city, and I'll go ahead and give you guys access to this. He said, everything's sort of fallen into these different districts here. The borders between the families still stand for the most part, though people are pushing inwards, reaching for areas that have belonged to the different families since the treaty. The Mephistosi, it looks like their territory has fallen into a couple of hands. the two big names is Carmen Ettlinger and Finn Stryker are the two main leaders of the Mephistosi that have grabbed the most territory. There's another upstart, Victor Lamon, able to get enough under his control as well that has made a vie for power, though I don't know how long that'll last. As for the Zartano, most 80% of their territory has fallen into the hands of Selnia Glacia, who was the right hand of Solomon while he was here. Though the dissonants have fallen into a faction with Senchia Lucana, who is also was one of the higher ups and has gained some favor. Over in West Circle, the Calbits, it's pretty much even split between Lila Calbit, one of the granddaughters, great granddaughters, I'm not really sure, of Edward, and a woman by the name of Aya Sharp. And then the Nurian are pretty split right now. We got a few territories falling in with Jerzy Kempitsky, one of Maria's foremost lieutenants, and then some territory falling in with Carolina Pica and one of your old buddies, Gura Podrick. So that's where things stand right now. A lot of names in the mix, and they're probably going to drop like flies in the days to come.
So no one's trying. Well, basically, between the families, nobody's coming up and out yet of trying to control everybody.
Well, that's where things are getting a bit rough. As far as I've heard today, Lila is making a bid for some Mephistosi territory up in Upper Gothford. I know Silnia is making a she's got some people that have infiltrated and are vying for dead center of West Circle Cabot territory. And then Carmen from the Mephistosi is making a bid for some Nurian territory in South Lower Gothford.
Do I know, since I pay rent to our lovely friends in the Zertano, do I know anything about Silnia at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably you might have some passing familiarity with these names. I mean, she pretty much was slated to be the number 2 behind Solomon. A lot of the same practices, focusing mostly on finances and financial power within the territory, buying up a lot of land and businesses, and making loans and enforcing those loans, things like that. As far as like their personality, anything like that, I don't think you've met them or would know much about them personally. But if any of the rumors or anything would be true, and you know that they're pretty ruthless and making sure they get their due.
I guess I have a similar question about any of the Mephistosi leaders, if I would be familiar with any of them.
Yeah. As far as the Mephistosi goes, Faust kept a lot of lieutenants to help solidify his power. So there were a lot of number 2s and a lot of really kind of evenly spread power around. So a lot of the names don't really mean much because there were so many.
Got it.
But you might passively know the names. Finn Stryker or Carmen Ettlinger were probably some of the more popular. They had more followers and more goons under their thumb. And I think you're probably, out of the two, you're probably a little more familiar with Finn Striker, and you might have had some more dealings with people under his command.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I guess I should ask about the Calvets.
Sure.
Let's keep it on brand.
Yeah.
Do I know these people?
As far as the Calvets go, Lila Calvet, like I said, great granddaughter of Edward Calvet, sort of just born into it. Aya Sharp is not an outsider, is an outsider who kind of came in, built their way up the ranks, and the Calvets built their empire on magical superiority, and Aya was both Aya and Lila were prominent magic users, mages in their own right. Lila more of that like natural talent, and everything sort of given to her as part of her namesake. Not that she didn't deserve it, or not that she didn't work hard for it, but Aya definitely kind of came from nothing and worked her way up.
Are they both like wizard types?
Do
I know?
I'm trying to decide if you would know that much. Lila is a wizard. I think you can make that assumption pretty handily based on her family origins. I don't think you know about Aya, though.
Okay.
Oh, and I should say about the Mephistosi, all of the lieutenants are devils too. So
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Bury the lead a little bit on that one.
I don't think you know what kind of devil they are necessarily, but you do know that they are. I mean, Faust was too. Like pure,
yeah, I've dealt with those devils.
Pure devils. They have tieflings and stuff on the payroll, and some humans and other kind of mortal races and stuff. But all the higher ups are from the outer planes, the other planes, not from this plane. They took a plane to get here. So the and the same thing I should say for the Zartano. The leaders are elementals. Actually, you would probably know that. Yeah, I think because they don't hide their kind of identities and stuff. Silnia is a Merid. You would know that, which is a water djinn. And then I guess I'll just finish it up with the Nurians. So you have the from the Nurians, Carolina and Gura are pretty much nobody's kind of lower level thugs that have, I guess, gained enough of a following, kind of scraped their way by, fought their way to the top of the pack to kind of claim that alpha position. You guys know Gura. So, and Jersey is probably a pretty well-known name for those of you that have any encounters with the Nurian.
Yeah, he's a jet.
You can't just let me
all
go.
The way.
I like the name Jersey like a lot. Don't ruin it for me.
It's okay.
So yeah, it has a lot. Jersey has a pretty big. I think Jersey has a very large faction of very kind of quantity over quality, I guess, in their kind of style of leadership. All right, so that's what I'll give you. Kind of stepping out of game a bit because I don't want to spend too much time on this, and we've been talking about this for a while now. The way that this is going to work, so maybe we'll post a picture for our friends that are can't see the map right now. I've divided the city up into 20 districts, and I have randomly assigned through die rolls who the different districts belong to. We've already lost a lot of leaders because I decided to do this randomly, and we started with 12, and I think we're down to like 10 or 9 now. People that are vying for power. And what's going to happen is they've all been assigned. And at the start of each session, I'm going to roll 3d20 and determine 3 districts that are currently in vulnerable, I guess I could say. They're being vied for by one of the other leaders. And you all have the option, if you wish to engage, to try to intervene one way or another. If you don't intervene, there is a high probability that the district will fall to whoever is trying to take it. So I've given you the 3 districts that are, I've outlined them in their little like fiery circle, and told you you can get that information from Haran if you want each session and find out who is, or I can just give it to you at the beginning of the session if you guys just want to know. But anyway, yeah, if those 3 places are currently vulnerable, and there's a high probability that if you don't intervene, they're going to fall to whoever is trying to take them. So something to keep in mind. So you have this conversation with Haran, and he lays it all out for you, and he gives you all this information in character, and then sits back and takes another swig of his drink, pours himself a fresh glass, and says, so that's where we're at right now. I don't imagine, I wanted to say it could be worse. I don't imagine how it could be worse, but yeah, things are going to get pretty rough for the next, few weeks, few months. Who knows how long this is all going to go on for.
Don't forget there's also a dragon in play.
Yeah, there's that. And then apparently our city is also, we got a bunch of vampires living underneath us too. So we got that too. No offense, Cordelia, but that's still on my radar a bit.
All right, so remind me, who is attacking Carolina's territory? Because I'm wondering, with our good buddy Gura, the Madre, holding the territory, whether we want to wipe him off the board or see if we can't lean on him, get him under our influence somehow.
So Carolina's territory is currently under attack by Carmen Ettlinger of the Mephistosi.
Okay.
You get a foothold in Lower Gothford. Yeah, so number 16, I'll just go on your map so it's easy. Number 16 is currently being attacked by Carmen. Mephistosi. Number 8, West Circle, is currently being attacked by Silnia of the Zartano. And number 3 is in an Upper Gothford, the Mephistosi territory, is currently being attacked by Lila of the Calvets. Lila Calvet of the Calvets.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just wondering if we want to go to Carolina's defense, see if maybe she won't be an ally against Gura, maybe someday in the future, or if we want to see if we can't, keep your enemies closer with Gura.
Well, my big question is, maybe this is too high level, but what do we want to see? What do we want to see the outcomes of our city? Do we want to keep the family's position where it is? Do we want to keep the lines drawn where they are? Do we want to pick a family and use our talents to help them take total control? What do we want to do? What's our angle?
I think we kind of know what Cordelia wants.
What's that?
You want your family on top, don't you?
I want my family to not have to hide underground anymore.
That's fair.
Not
Hard.
be, burned in the streets and all that. That would be enough.
All right.
Harn says, well, it's a fair point what you bring up, Sebastian. I think that's who said it. If we get in good with someone that has a lot to lose right now, someone who's in a tough spot like Carolina, you got some leverage there to negotiate getting things and going your way, and maybe you get in good enough if you're able to ride that train all the way to the final stop, then you could maybe make some changes to the way things are around here. But you gotta decide who you want to back first, so might be good to vet some of these folks and do it quick before they start dropping.
I'm also not too keen on letting the middle of West Circle fall. That's very close to where I live. And I is a bit of a wild card, but the Calverts have a lot to offer.
Yeah, and I guess, grand scheme of things, do we know that it was kind of the Nurians who pushed hardest to get undead banned? Or is that not really common knowledge? Going way back to the...
Oh, yeah. No, I think the Nurians are the one who have the biggest axe to grind with the Nusfori.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking on that front. Either...
And I will say, you don't know specifically how this leader feels about it, but you do know the Nurians as a whole. Maria was the one that pushed for that.
The werewolves don't like vampires that much, you guys.
I wonder why.
Makes sense.
New story. I don't know this. No.
They all watch the Underworld movies and just go with that.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Good stuff.
either we can help whoever wipe out the Nurians as a whole. No love lost there. I see what the other families bring to Gothford. Never really saw much of what the Nurians were doing in terms of organizing the chaos that is underworld crime. Or we see if we can't find out what Carolina wants, see if she'd be amenable to the Nosfori coming back, help her come out as the top dog. Or, as you say, the Calverts have a lot to offer. We go help them. We just let the Nurians out to dry, going for the killing blow, if we can, when the time comes.
And just as a note, if you all want to keep getting those essence gems, we're also fond of now. The Calverts are the one with the looms.
Where is Craig's shop? Is that on the map?
That is in, that's in number 8 in West Circle.
Oh no.
So maybe we
Well-
want to go help out there.
Well, I mean, they control the money, but I have no love lost for the Zartano, so I don't need to help them in any way, shape, or form. Because if I don't have to pay them rent, that's more money for me.
Fair.
So I'm fine with helping the Calverts out.
What do you think, Enza?
Well, all I know is that I might be in a pickle if I am specifically acting against the Mephistosi. So as long as we're not too actively against them, I'd appreciate it.
Or if we do anything, you're just not there in some way, shape, or form.
That's true.
So if we do go talk to Aya, that's the Calvert Zartano problem. So you're in the clear.
All right.
And I'm just gonna say, because I really hated the guy, I don't want to help Gura at all.
Oh, come on.
Says Gura from the corner.
Come on, guys. It's not that bad.
So we're friends, man.
Why you gotta be like that?
Girl like shot me in the face with something, if I
was
remember
mean.
correctly. He
Yeah.
wrecked poor Clove pretty hard. So
Yeah.
We did try to steal his car, I think.
You did try to steal his car.
we actually stole his car, and then I had to ditch it somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
Good times.
Well, he shot you, we stole his car.
Tomato, potato.
All right, so sounds like if we're gonna get involved, we want to go help out Aya. But stepping back a bit, is this something we want to get involved in?
Well, if we're gonna get some help to deal with the Dragon Nazi, what's that thing?
Draconisi.
They-
I
The
heard
dragon
Nazi.
Nazis.
I was like,
That too.
well,
Hey,
Okay.
almost.
Draconisi.
Dragon.
Well, heck.
Yeah.
Well, that
I
changes
I'm
started,
not
started
even
saying
listening. Listen.
dragon, and then I became Khaleesi came in there too. So who the
Yeah.
heck knows?
I'm definitely not introducing Nazis into any of my games. I'm especially not introducing Dragon Nazi. That's too far.
I cannot wait to see a dragon duck walking.
Oh God, no. Let's move on. What are you guys doing?
Anywho,
Oh no.
I think we're gonna need to align somehow with some family because we can't take them on, and if we have any hope of keeping the city,
I at least have done work for the Calbits for a long time, so hopefully I won't turn us away outright.
you're our in then.
Or blow us up.
Do you know how, just in passing, how they may or may not feel about your family? Do you think they care?
Do I think they care?
That was the highest pitched.
I think. I don't think you have any reason to believe they'd have any axe to grind. I think as far as your conversations with or your involvement with the Zartano, given the
Who I'm
state
not involved with.
given the state and the laws in the Gothford and Ryman Empire, outlawing the use of necromancy and to bring back the dead or create undead, it is a rule among the Calbits that they don't do that, create undead or deal in those practices. But you don't know how they necessarily feel about it because that came about because of the treaty. So,
Great, I don't do necromancy.
I'm not saying
On
that
a technicality.
yeah. I'm not saying that all necromancers, people practice or learn or research necromantic magics. It's just specifically the bringing back the dead in the form of undeath
Cool.
is the no.
Okay. Oh yeah. Maybe we save that one until we know whether or not she likes us.
True. I'm just trying to find an easy negotiating point. You know, if we align with the Nurian, we know we're not going to get anywhere on that point. But maybe one of the other families has less of a care.
Less of a
about it.
bone to pick with the undead.
Exactly.
There are also Calbits who can vouch for me, so.
And Haran interjects and says the one thing that I'll add to this is, while going to Aya and trying to negotiate some sort of arrangement and insert yourself into their power dynamic there, that might work because if you have an in, and I think that's still a good idea. I think your initial point though regarding Carolina and getting the Nurian, someone of the Nurian on our side, especially one that's in a bind right now, like Carolina is, that's not a bad idea either. You've got a lot more leverage in that situation. And worse comes to worse, if you talk to them and that doesn't go well and they don't get on board with the undead train, then well, you can just leave them to their
We have cars now, Haran.
yeah, they're still trains. But you can lead them to it. I think, and I have my own opinions on this, and you all can come to whatever conclusions you want, and we'll see how this all shakes out. But I think the balance of power is the best way to go. I don't like the idea of any one family being in charge. I much rather see 4 people come to another truce, as long as things get better. You know? I don't really like the idea of any one person taking over more than anyone else, whether that's 2 or 4 people.
It's run the town well enough for the most part at this point, having a balance. So I think you're right in that sentiment.
And this just might be because I don't like change, but that's my. Those are my 2 cents.
So you better get used to it.
Yeah.
So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So knowing that I'm gonna go out blatantly, I guess, against the Zartano, is there anything I can do to batten down the hatches at the laundry joint or something like that so they can't come and sabotage my business or my stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough bet. As far as your situation with the joint, I mean, you're right in the heart of Zartano territory.
Mm-hmm.
If you physically go out and if you do encounter and go against them, you're going to need somebody to guard the place.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough. That might be something for Clove to think about as far as in these negotiations.
Do we know where Hogarth is?
It's exactly. I was like, so what's Hogarth up to
Hogarth.
these days?
Yeah, I mean,
Doing a
Hogarth. No, Hogarth has been missing. He's been AWOL since you guys last.
Is he
saw
still
him.
like protecting whoever the heck we sent him to, like, and just standing in the corner still?
No, that was Craig.
No.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, no, I don't think Hogarth
don't
is
know
there. I
either.
think Hogarth is just doing his
I don't
Hogarth.
know what he's up to.
Yeah.
We have some suspicions.
But I'll say, even with Hogarth being as big and brawny as he is, you're talking about like needing the backing of a group that can match the force of the Zartano. So, and I think
Okay.
Hard would say, definitely, if you're wanting to keep this and keep our little arrangement here and maintain our territory, I think the first order of business is finding somebody that's willing to take on this territory and try to claim it for themselves. So that's a good question if you're wanting to fight for this place.
Okay. Well, then let me say, if we go and do anything, I may keep myself disguised for a while, just because we need the joint. We don't want to lose this right now.
Also not a bad idea.
That's fair.
I think, I mean, I'm all paid up on rent for the month. I could probably stretch it a little bit more if I paid a little bit more. You know, maybe made kind of a quote-unquote deposit for safety, to make it look less suspicious, but...
Yeah, I think your best bet right now is to make sure that the only people that know you're working against Zartano are
us.
people you trust and people you're going to kill.
Okay. Yippee. Okay. This is gonna be fun.
So with that being said, what's the first order of business then?
Well, I guess we can roll the dice with the Calbots, or we can roll the dice with the Nurian.
Coming
It's
from
the
cops!
cops!
It's the cops! Well, just on proximity, I think we go deal with the Calbots first, right? Or do we want to try and get in good with the Nurian and see if they'll come and take Farsaw as their own after it? I don't know. They're both about the same way.
Oh man. I'm like for both. This is stuff.
So it's the Mephistosi attacking Carolina again?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
Mephistosi are currently
I
trying to
missed
claim.
that bit.
Yeah, Mephistosi are currently trying to claim some Nurian territory, and the Zartano are currently trying to claim some Calvet territory. And like I said, the nature of you guys intervening with this is tenuous. It's however you think that you might be able to intervene and help in the situation. I'll sort of judge what sort of impact that might have. Doesn't necessarily mean you got to go out guns blazing against the Mephistosi. But that be also on that flip side, it's a big city, and not everybody's going to see you and know who you are on first sight. Not in these early stages.
Carolina might take a bit more work if we're trying to get in by helping her hold back the Mephistosi and then also telling her we can help her turn on Gura. It's a bit of an undertaking.
Adam, so she won't have any real reason to trust us, at least with the Calvets we've got. You, Cordelia.
Yeah, let's start there.
Okay.
All right. So, so you guys want to go to West Circle and try to organize a meet with Aya?
Yep.
Okie dokie. So we'll do one thing first. So as you leave the joint, so Clove, are you like physically disguising yourself, or are you just gonna like magically disguise yourself using like whenever it becomes necessary to do so?
You're muted.
Yeah, that's a thing that happens when I go kind of brain dead. So I have two options, I think. I have just my regular... I think I have a regular disguise self thing, but I also have like a Furbolg ability to do a disguise self once per day. But then I also have I could turn myself into a cat. So I think right now, until we kind of get into the thick of it, actually, I think I'm going to probably want to change. I'm going to do druid cat form and not panther, do my little cat and kind of hang around. Probably, if Enza doesn't mind, just sit on Enza's shoulder.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hang out with her so that like when we go to have the conversation, nobody knows it's me.
Yeah, I like
Good
that.
idea.
Okay. Point of order before you go into cat mode, do we want to take a rest? Because some of us are hurting from our underworld crawl.
Some of us don't have a lot of spells left, you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's mid-afternoon after this conversation, getting in and talking to this. So and you also still have your things to pick up from
Old Craig.
Craig. So yeah, if you guys want to try to take a long rest, or if you want to
I think a short rest?
or a short rest,
I'm still gonna be missing half my spells.
you can regain something though still, can't you?
Like one of them.
Okay.
Let me look.
It'll be fine. We don't have to fight.
I think you can regain
take-
3 levels of spell slots.
Yeah,
or-
I'm reading it right now. Okay. Yeah, sure. We can short rest.
It'll be fine.
Because if we're short resting, I will let that conversation let the conversation count as as your short rest and you guys hanging out in the joint. So you can roll your hit dice and regain your short rest stuff.
And Pilar is there for now, I think. Can she Song of Rest us?
Yes, I will allow that. I will roll a d6 for her. Is it d6 or d8?
I think it's just level 6. I think it's D6, but I could be wrong. It's been a
Yeah.
while since I played a bard. So just so everybody knows, I can stay in beast form for up to 3 hours right now.
Oh, cool. That's a long time. No, it goes up to a d8 at 9th level, so it's still a d6.
Yeah.
So let me roll the d6 for you guys. 6.
All right, that puts me back to full with just 1 hit dice expended.
Nice.
And I got my key back. So Seb is pretty much at full capacity now.
Nice.
I feel fine.
What did we end up getting in terms of for our essence gems? I don't. Can somebody help me remember what we decided
And
on?
did we get any payment from the professor, or is he going to wait for us to make sure the city's safe?
No, you haven't got any payment for the professor yet. But you got, I think the last session, it's in, did you guys put that in your like party fund? How many essence gems you?
We did, yeah.
We're currently at 7 after
Okay.
getting 2 uncommon items started last time.
Yeah. So after the last session, everybody had gotten 3 essence gems or you guys had gotten enough for 3 for each of you, and those were all put into the sort of party group fund. And then we used 6 last session to craft 2 magic items, which will be ready tomorrow morning. And you guys still have 7 left over.
Because I'm just gonna put the little bit of plug in. I need better armor. I get my butt handed to me right now in my simple leather armor, so I may make the play for that next time. But other than that, that's my whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you guys, after you guys pick up your stuff, if you want to get anything else, we can discuss that. So you take your short rest and then leave the laundry joint and begin making your way towards West Circle. I don't think you have a hard time getting a cab, so I think you guys are on foot right now, just walking the city. And as you cross through the financial district towards like territory 12, leading over, I'm going to love having these territory markings so I can number that. Heading towards West Circle, I think as you are rounding, or you're coming around a corner to cut kind of more in a western direction, and you hear a crashing noise. And you can hear there's some sort of scuffle kind of down the street to the left as you are coming around a corner, though you don't see it yet because you haven't walked out to the street. What do you do?
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, just say again, which territory are we currently in when this happened?
You're currently in Zartano territory.
Okay.
But you don't know.
Yeah, right, in 12.
Yeah, you're in 12 right
10
now.
to 8.
Can I, because I'm assuming since I have 3 hours of B shape, I'm in cat form already. Can I jump off Enza's thing and go and look around the corner?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
As a kitty.
Yeah, so you...
I can kind of talk to you as Kitty. Well,
Can you? Can we?
you. I can talk to you. I don't think you... Well, sorry, you keep doing your thing. I'm going to read my thing about awareness. Sorry.
So as you kind of plod around the corner, the rest of you holding back, you see sort of kind of about 25 yards down the street. You first notice that there's some broken glass on the ground. There is a car that is pulled up outside of a I think that it's like a jewelry store. There's no alarm going off right now, but there are about 9 individuals, some that have gone into the building, some that are kind of outside the building, that are currently seem to be looting this store. You see a number of small, about foot and a half tall, greenish skinned creatures. You see 7 closets currently carrying jewelry out of the store, each one wearing like a tiny suit and like a bowler hat. And they're currently looting into the car. And then you see 2 kind of taller creatures, again humanoid in shape, but longer kind of faces with spikes or spines that are trailing off their heads and down their back. And they seem to be kind of ordering these closets around, but they seem to be robbing this jewelry store.
Do I get any sense of affiliation, family, anything?
You would probably guess Mephistosi, given that they're devils.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. What did you figure out, Morgan? Can we talk? Can I tell you what's going on?
So I can communicate with beasts. I get like basic mood and intent from beasts, but not like actual like words. I could learn your emotional state and short-term needs.
I feel like there are devils nearby and that we should heck them up.
9 of them, though. I'm kind of, if you're reading my thing, I'm like, it's just not something we want to mess with, but that's Clove because, like, we're on a mission to do something else. That's kind of how I'm feeling. As a cat, well, because in B shape, I keep my intelligence, right? Can I use my paw to, like, write an M in the ground?
Oh.
Yeah, you can do that.
Like, to try and convey it's like, something. I don't know.
Yeah, you sort of scratch at the ground and leave an M.
Mm-hmm.
And for trying to think that's it would figure it out. Maybe.
Meh. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I don't know. You guys don't get it.
Yeah, but an M, and then you're
I don't wanna mess with it.
Are you like okay?
I mean, not to downplay the scouting, but I think Seb's just gonna approach the corner and poke his head around, see what he can
It's
see.
fine.
Make a stealth check.
Sure.
And Clove, make a stealth check too, because I didn't have you make one.
That is about as good as I can roll. 25.
Nice.
Oh, thanks, Seb.
Ooh,
I rolled a 19.
Very
stealthy. What am I doing?
You stealthy kitten.
+4. So that's a 21.
Nice. So yeah, you didn't seem to be noticed. Clove and Seb, you kind of roll your head around the corner a bit, very inconspicuously, and you see the same thing. You see a bunch of devils currently looting a jewelry store.
Devils looting a jewelry store. Looks like maybe about 7 closets. 2 taller guys. Don't know what they are.
Do you think we can get around them?
I mean, we could probably take a block around and just leave them be. Let's see, who's running this territory? It is Sylnia, who is the boss for the joint as well.
And they're just loading a lot of jewelry into this car.
You said like there's no alarms or anything. They're just like doing their thing.
It seems like they might have disabled the alarms in some way. You aren't sure.
If we want to get up in there, I've got a good way of getting close. And
Someone's got to keep order around here. There's still rules of the city.
That's true. We might look like upstanding citizens, and maybe we can keep some of that jewelry for ourselves.
there is
Enza,
that.
you're suddenly speaking the language.
Gotta get something pretty for Pilar, who at this point has gone off to Casa de Soto to go see
Yeah.
Abuela and the family.
Yeah, I
I
think
went
she-
home to have a nice dinner. Away
She
from the
bailed on
demons.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys want to try to intervene with this robbery?
I do.
All right.
Sure. I just wasted beast form, but sure.
What you got? You got
You
one more
might
of
stay
those?
a cat. We'll see.
Yeah. Well,
Two
here's
hit
Closets are-
points as a cat.
Closets
Here's-
are very small.
I've got two
You
questions.
drive a car as a cat.
I've got one question for you that's going to determine some of this. How are you approaching this combat encounter? Are you guys going to try to like sneak up on them to get the drop on them, or are you going to?
Yes and no. Seb's plan is to drunkenly stumble up on them so he can get right up in the
Oh.
middle of them and just start laying people out.
Okay.
A bunch of people.
Can I be a curious cat that like starts like weaving in between people's legs, being like, "Hi, aren't I so cute?"
Trip.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna have you. Here's what I'm gonna have you guys do in this case. So we're gonna set up for one thing. So what I want to try to do here is our quick combat skill challenge to try to resolve this in a faster way. I'm going to go through the rules here in a second to sort of determine how this is going to work and how we've kind of laid this out. But the first thing, the most important part here is that we get some modifiers set up based on if you guys have the element of surprise or some other things that are helping you strategically. So while it doesn't sound like you guys are setting up to necessarily have surprise in this case, and I don't know if they necessarily could be surprised given the circumstances, but I think that setting up with the strategic positioning could be advantageous to you. So I'm going to have Seb just initially roll a deception check.
Would it maybe be performance? I mean, deception.
Performance would work too. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Drunken Master specifically gives you performance.
Yeah. I'd allow performance in this case because
it's the same modifier for me, but just flavor wise.
Yeah.
Come on. Dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. So here's in the case here, I'm going to give you you're able to get in the midst of them and get your way up to it. It's going to give you it's going to lower the target number by 3. So here's how I'll get some dramatic music going here while we resolve this, and I'm going to explain this for the audience. Yeah, I like this. So the way the quick combat skill challenge works is I'm going to have everybody is going to roll an ability check as part of their engagement in the combat. PCs, you can either make a strength or dexterity check if you're going with like physical combat, or if you're a spellcaster or a warlock, you can make a check using your spellcasting modifier. The DC for the check is going to be 8 plus the number of characters participating in the challenge. So there are 4 of you, so the DC is 12. And then the number you exceed that by, we're going to mark down, and we're going to tally those up to determine if you meet the target number. In this case, the target number that you're trying to meet, because there are 7 quasits and 2 spined devils. So that's so the target number is 11 in this case. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take this piece by piece. So I'm gonna have everyone is going to roll their check. Clove, you were doing this in your cat form.
Yeah.
I'd
So
let
I think, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. How do you want to do this? Or
So I think what I'll do is I'll play the like curious cat, just kind of like milling about their feet and like rubbing my butt against everybody, and then because trying to read like once they start to like, okay, go away, cat. When they do, like, I want to claw one of the quasits or something like that. Like all of a sudden be like, I'm a dangerous cat.
So I assume like a dexterity check would be the most like. What's your dexterity look like as a cat? Is it decent?
It's I've got a +4 modifier, so it's not horrible.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, you make a dex check then.
Okay.
So everybody go
wait.
ahead and roll your dice. Sorry.
No, it's +2. I was looking at the wrong thing, but that's okay. It's still fine.
Roll your dice. DC is 12.
Okay.
I rolled a 22.
Oh, Jesus.
Hopefully my previous roll helps, because that's only an 8.
Okay.
Sarah's got something down there.
Natural 20. That's a natural 20. 22.
Okay, so 22.
Yeah.
So target the number of how much you exceeded that target number by. So how much you exceeded 12 by. So I think we have 2 10s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 20. Morgan, you rolled a 13.
Mm-hmm.
So you see it by 1, so it's 21. Then Seb, you failed, so you don't contribute any points. So you guys hit a 21. The target number was, like I said, it was 11 and actually -3 because of Seb's positioning. So that was an 8. So you guys meet the target number. If you guys had not met it, there are certain penalties that are imposed in this case. So cost points, you have to like lower it. Anyway, there's a bit of math that goes into it, and things you guys have to sacrifice, like hit points or spell slots, to help meet the target number. However, you guys did, so since you have met it, you guys just get to describe how the combat is resolved and what you guys do in this case, and you don't have to expend any resources or hit points. So I know we already got Seb and Clove in the mix here, but you guys kind of run away with it. Tell me how this goes down.
I was gonna hide around the corner that we were hiding around before and wait until I hear Danger Cat, probably, at this point. And then come around the corner and probably shoot off some firebolts.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait until they start it and then be like, "Ha! Back up!"
Yeah. So I think we get Clove in her little cat form and Seb kind of drunkenly stumble. And I think one thing you realize as you're getting closer and you're kind of stumbling into them, there's a point where everything just kind of goes and you just don't hear anything around you. And you realize there is a bubble of silence that is around the front of the store. And some of the, as you're approaching, some of the devils that see you kind of try to get you to stop or call your attention or make you back off, but you can't hear them, and you see you go into the charade a bit. Clove, you begin to sort of weave your way beneath them, and as one of the quasits goes to kick you, you just rear up and then latch onto its face and like claw away. And as soon as that happens, Cordelia, you're not hearing anything, and there's just a little suspicious. And as you roll on the corner, you see this begin to happen, and you fire off a couple of fire bolts in the area. A couple of them go down immediately. The quasit's just incinerated. Enza, what are you doing? Or just shooting away?
Yeah, but if I can see that, like, can I tell where the bubble starts? Like, maybe I could step inside of it so I'm quietly shooting people.
Yeah, I think you could. Given how well you guys have set yourself up here.
Sneak up on them while that's
I think you come. Yeah, you come running in quietly, kind of like around the car, positioning yourself over the car itself, and taking shots at the spine devils as they are trying to gather their forces. And within a few moments, and completely silently, all the devils are dispatched in a matter of seconds. Well done. That's our first quick combat encounter.
That was exciting.
And you guys nailed it with those really good rolls. So
because we hit the target number as a group, even though Seb rolled lower, he doesn't have a thing.
Yeah. Essentially, you guys will. Yeah. You just add up those numbers and as a group, and his doesn't detract from it as by failing, but the better you succeed, the more points you add to the target pool. And yeah, the thing that happens is, let's say you guys had only rolled like 13s, 15s, and you guys had only accumulated like 5 points towards the 8 that you needed. In order to meet those last 3 points, you could sacrifice 1 point equals 5 hit points that somebody would have to sacrifice, or 1 spell slot, 1 level of spell slot to meet 1 cost point, or 5 ammunition to meet it. So people can sacrifice that sort of those sort of things and resources to help to meet it. And then once that's determined, you guys are considered to have succeeded. So either way, you guys succeed, unless for some reason you guys fail so badly that in order to meet it, you guys would have to like spend all your hit points or something, which I don't think would ever happen. I'm only using this for like encounters that you're gonna succeed on. But help keep it a little more speedy. Cool. So yeah, you're now standing on the street with in the shop window, which is broken away. The silent spell is gone, so you can now hear each other and talk to each other. And there are the 7 Quasit bodies, some of which are ashes, some of which are mauled by a cat. And then the 2 Spine Devils are dead as well. And you have a car with the trunk of which is currently loaded up with a bunch of gold and gems and jewelry. And right now, there's not any immediate... Actually, no, I'd say the one thing that does happen is as soon as the silence spell drops, you
lose
begin
our alarm.
the alarm.
Oh no!
So, as quickly as possible, if I see any kind of pretty earrings, Clove's totally gonna like pick them up in her mouth and go hand them to Cordelia, and then like give the impression that like mine.
Cute.
Just stick
That's
them
what
in
I
a
want.
pocket.
I want pretty earrings.
Okay, you
I
hand
have
them to
started a
Cordelia.
trend.
Yes.
Hand the earrings to Cordelia
Joy
to hold
thieves.
on for you.
Stick it in
You
the
guys grabbing some golden stuff from the...
I think a little light looting.
grab a
Just
bag
like
of
a-
loot as you
Just a
pass.
little
A
bit.
percentage as a thank you.
Finder's fee.
Yeah. Okay. And then you get the hell out of there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Take
So
the
you
car?
get...
Do we leave the car?
I think Sub's gonna quickly slash the tires. So
Ooh.
even if they do manage to recover before the authorities or whoever shows up, they can't really get away with it.
Nice.
Okay.
like it.
Yeah, so you slash the tires and grab one of the, like a small satchel of the loot that was taken, and go jogging at least far enough away that you won't be part of the crime scene, and then
Do we have any kind of like calling card of like you're welcome, courtesy of
That's what I was just trying to think. Like, do you have
Uh,
a business card for the joint?
Yeah, right. Like, no, not really. I don't want to do that. Definitely, even though we're in
No.
Zartano territory, but like we should think about that. That we should think about that.
yeah, people who sort of rule over or lord over the unrest that is happening in this game, like a lord of misrule of some kind. No, okay. You get your you can leave a calling mark if anyone can come up with something in the next 10 seconds.
Raffle Stomp Squad.
Oh god, no crossovers.
No.
What? We're
No.
like superheroes. Come on.
So maybe that's something that as they're running, it's like, well, now no one's gonna know that we did that. Well, something to think about for next time.
They're also not going to know we took what was missing.
Yep, exactly.
That's true.
Yeah. Do you want people to know that you did that?
Not yet.
Uh,
That
So-
was the most neutral thing that's ever happened in D&D.
yeah. Save the
I
day.
got my finder's fee, but
Grab
I
some
help
loot.
them.
Yeah. So you get 300 gold pieces worth of jewelry.
I'm
Nice.
gonna go ahead and just plot that into the party fund. We now have 340 gold pieces of jewelry.
All right,
We
making
can find somebody to
progress.
fence this too.
Like I said, all I want is the earrings. I want pretty diamond
Oh.
chandelier kind of earrings. That's what I got.
I'll keep Clove's earrings in my pouch until later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just remind me that. I
Yeah, I'm not including the earrings in the total. But if there's any other jewelry you want to extract from that from that total, we can come up with that later, or you can fence it and get that gold. So you make your way into the West Circle district, sort of crossing the border where the streets run, kind of dividing the territories. Past, I guess, Cordelia's apartment would be on the way, and then into the kind of approaching the university area at the center of West Circle, which is currently in dispute. There isn't like a war going on right now. There's no like outright combat, but you do see kind of as you enter this district, there are a lot of buildings, kind of like the jewelry store that you just passed, that look like they've been looted. There are broken windows, scorch marks along the streets, some ruined looking cars. Again, it's not like total anarchy, and this isn't like all in one area, but spread out. You see small signs of where kind of some scuffles had taken place earlier in the day or in the evening. But go ahead.
Does it look like it's kind of going towards one area, or is it just kind of haphazard?
It looks pretty haphazard. Like some small skirmishes with some of the gang members that have tried to, that are testing out the area and trying to claim some territory for themselves. So where do you guys want to go? Cordelia, I imagine that you have some contacts within the Calbits that you can reach out to.
Probably.
But I don't know if you guys wanted to head straight there or if you guys had some idea of how you're trying to get your meeting with the boss.
I want to say things, but I forget I'm a cat.
You see some scritches?
Or Cordelia, if you just want to go to where you know somebody is.
Yeah, I mean, I think our best option is probably to find a contact and say we want to arrange a meeting, and not just like kick down our door and be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
we want to help you."
Okay. So who's your contact and where are they at?
I don't know. I think probably. Well, I already did a bookstore to do something else. Maybe like an apothecary
Okay.
in the district that I frequent.
Okay. Do you think this is like some sort of vestige of old times, and they're actually an apothecary, or do you think it's like a drugstore, like corner drugstore somewhere, like a Walmart or a Walgreens?
Small greens, all run by gnomes.
Small greens. Yeah, I think it's probably maybe like an early version of a pharmacy
Okay.
kind of deal.
Half gnome, half orc descended, small greens.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, great.
Okay. Sorry, I was too busy making that joke. So your decision there is to is that it's more of an actual apothecary, or that it's more of a drugstore?
Well, now I'm second guessing because you gave me too much time to think about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I made a decision,
What was your decision?
and then now I'm second guessing it because you weren't paying attention.
Well, you're welcome.
No, that's not what you say to people. No, I think it's probably more. I think maybe it I don't know. Maybe it used to be an apothecary, but I think it's more like an early version of like a pharmacy.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm resisting the urge to call it Tumor's Corner. Doesn't seem.
That's a real place.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, you find. What's the name of this person?
Well, now that's all I can think of. I don't know. I'm bad at names.
A lady or a guy
Or
or in between?
I don't know. I think I don't know. Somebody help me come up with a name.
Moralith.
That sounds great.
That got Moralith or Moralwith?
Moralith.
Moralwith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a last name.
So yeah, we'll go with Mike Morwitz.
Okay, that sounds great.
I was looking for an M synonym for like drugstore.
Medicinal?
Yeah.
Okay, Morowitz Medicines.
Morwitz Medicines.
This is good. See what happens when we work together?
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I gotta just start. If you guys are gonna keep asking me to name stuff, I'm just gonna start starting the games with a name generator pulled up.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
I'm the worst at names.
Okay, so we go to Morwitz Medicines, which is in West. Is in West Circle, off kind of to the eastern side of the Territory 8 near the university, and you the store is not looted, seems to be in one piece. The windows are boarded up currently, probably to deter looters. As you push open the door, though, it is open, and the oh god, hold on. And the bell above the door rings. I don't remember what music I had going. There we go. So as you enter, and there's a little bit kind of like rummaging in the back of this door. And do you have any vision of what this person looks like?
I think. Oh, yeah. I want to make him like a nice old man.
You just want me to do more old men voices.
Yeah, I want him to be like, like a very nice like Deckard Cain type character. No, I think he's probably like a nice old human man who's been doing this for a very long time, and not the kind of person Cordelia usually associates with, but like he's just so nice and helpful.
Okay. So like human, older human man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like a
So
nice old human man.
yeah, I think man comes around the corner. He's probably wearing like a.
We need
like
some
a white
nice
coat.
characters.
Yeah, he's like wearing like a white coat, like a pharmacist. Has like some big thick glasses on, kind of scraggly graying brown hair. Probably past middle age, not like super old, but maybe in his like late 50s, early 60s. And he sees you, recognizes you, says, Cordelia, I haven't seen you around here in a while. How are you doing?
Fine. How are you? Since everything's gone up.
Well, I was, and you see as he's tucking a shotgun that he had in hand, like kind of around the corner, back around the counter, says, I wasn't necessarily expecting customers right now, but
I can tell by the boards.
yeah. But it's good to see. Do you need something? Or are you here to pick up some supplies or anything? Or
Oh,
so you have your friends. My name's Mike. Just call me Mike.
Nice to meet you, Mac.
Does he sell patent potions? Because I keep forgetting.
Oh yeah, I think there is a big like rack of patent medicines on
Oh boy.
like the far wall as you enter. And he says, business has been a bit iffy, well, the past 2 days. So I'm looking to make some pretty good deals for any of y'all if you're looking to buy my stock. I'm honestly, I might not be here for much longer with the rate things are going. Not in like a sinister way. I fully intend on staying alive, but I mean, the store, the location, we might have to pack up and get somewhere a bit safer.
Sure. Yeah. I think we could stand to pick up some supplies, and I need a favor.
All right. He kind of looks over the others. He says, family favor?
No. We need to get in to see Aya Sharp.
And I think I'll go and say, when he says family favor to you, and I think you know him, he's talking about the Calvets.
Okay, great.
He does
that's
not know.
confusing.
Yeah, and I realized that only after I said it. Yeah, he does not. Very few people know of your
Great.
those 4E connections.
Then yes, we need to get in to see Aya.
You want to see Aya? I can try. I can reach out to her right now if you want, or people that are with her. I don't know if that's going to be an easy contact to make. A lot of people want to probably see her, talk to her, shoot her right now. So I don't know how willing she's going to be to see strangers, but you're pretty well known around here.
I'm not a stranger, Mike.
No, but these others, I don't assume are.
No, but we're here to help.
Well, listen, I'll. Do you have a reason for the meeting? Something I can give them to incentivize them to want to speak with you.
We know that one of our districts in West Circle is under fire.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, and we want to help put it out, as it were.
Well, all right then. I don't know why my music stopped. He hits the jukebox in the corner.
Kicks it.
There we go. All right. Okay. Why don't you do a bit of perusing of my inventory, see if there's anything you need. Make sure nobody comes in here and steals anything. And I'm gonna go in the back and I'll reach out to them. All right. Make a few calls. Okay. I'll be back in a second. And he leaves through the back of the shop.
I'm gonna like turn to Clove, who's like sitting on my shoulder, and be like, "Do you want anything? What do you want? Just show me."
I jump to the patent potions. I
Yeah,
leap.
so you
I
have a
start
couple.
like cat knocking them off the wall.
Oh, geez, and they shatter
No,
everywhere.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, you have a couple
Catch
of selections in this case. Let me get up something quickly because I need to know pricing for different things. So, un momento, por favor. But there are more than just your typical like standard potions are available in patent medicine form. Well, I will vamp a bit while we're going through this. So there are some. Sorry, so there are some potions. There are some. Why is that pulling up? Regular, kind of lesser healing potions. Just the standard ones. The uncommon variety, and then there are some greater healing potions as well, available in patent form. There are also some resistance potions of fire resistance available and cold resistance. And there may be more, but I just need to get up my stuff. So yeah, any ideas what you guys want out of that list?
I definitely would like a patented greater healing, please.
Okay.
Finding out how much he's going to sell the graders for, because he mentioned maybe making deals about not necessarily bulk, but seeing what he's offering.
Yeah, so I'll give you one thing. And we've talked about this a little bit before, but it's been a while. The potions, healing potions, the patent forms of them are cheaper than the standard ones, because of their tenuousness. So you do get a bit of a discount there, and then yeah, he might be able to sell them to you for a little bit cheaper.
Okay, so maybe 3 patent potions of greater, one for each of us.
Depending on
Or do
price
you want
points, you
more?
might want to get some lesser ones just for pick-me-ups. Someone's dead.
Well, we say that now, but we don't know if they will pick you up.
Okay,
Might
because
be
I
a
think
little extra.
I think before I was telling you the potions of healing. Do you remember what price point I gave you guys on the regular patent potions when you guys bought them the
I
first
want
time?
to say it was like 50.
I think they were cheap because they're normally 50. The regular ones are 50. I think it was a little bit.
I thought it was like 30, but 30,
I'm trying to see
35,
if I can
something like that.
scroll back if I wrote that down. Keep going while I look.
Okay, so the potion of healing, I like 30. I think 30 works for this unless somebody else gives me, because I can't remember if I halved it or if I did like 80%. Which should be around.
30
Okay, so maybe
sounds
50
right.
is for a non-patent one.
Yeah, 50 is for a non-patent.
Okay,
Got
got it.
My list here now. So a a patent potion of greater healing would be, I think, about 120.
I will probably take a lesser one.
Unless Michael cut us a deal.
Okay, so because I want to do get this out of the way, and then we will talk about the. So there's, I think he will sell them to you, for. Okay, he'll sell the greater healing potions to you for an even 100. He will sell the regular healing potions to you for 25. He doesn't have an infinite supply. I'd say he has 5 greater healing potions and 7 regular healing potions.
Yeah, I think Sub's gonna take. Yeah, Sub's gonna take 1 of each.
Okay. Enzo will take a greater one.
Okay, so it's 120. Or do we want to tally all of this up and take it at once, or do you guys have your?
Yeah, I'm sort of.
Okay. So yeah, tally that up. So we got one. We now have 2 greater healing potions and 1 regular healing potion.
I want a greater.
3 graders.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 1 of each, but I'll pay for mine.
Yeah, I was assuming I was gonna pay for mine as well because we don't have a lot of liquid party funds right now.
Yeah, I'll cover mine.
Unless he'll take some jewelry.
Okay, if you guys are taking them out of your personal inventory, then just so for Seb it's 125. For Sarah, you took 1 of each, so 120.
Just greater.
Just greater, so 100.
I took 1 of each.
125.
Okay, and just 1 greater for me.
That's 100. And then he also has, like I said, some potions of resistance. Potion of resistance.
How much is a fire one?
That is. Where is it? This list. Okay, those are normally 300 when they're non-patent form. So I'll say they would be 250 in patent form. I think he will sell them to you for 220.
Oh, I don't have that kind of cash.
Yeah, they're a little more expensive, but worth every drop. I think that's about all he would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's it. I'm just going to get a greater patent potion.
Okay. So he comes back out then, and we'll say this transaction is going to happen after, but you guys can go ahead and mark this in your inventory.
Yeah.
He comes out from the back and he says, all right, Cordelia, I think we can work something out. They weren't too keen on meeting outsiders coming in here, but I think they're in enough straits, and I sold you the best I could, saying that you've done a lot of good for the people around here in your own way.
Yeah, only for the last 10 years.
Or the family. So, and I think, and she recognized your name. So I think we can make this meeting work. It's going to be pretty soon though, because they've got some stuff going on. Are you ready to meet them right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, why don't you come in the back with me?
Okay.
Okay, you guys go to the back of the shop. In the back, you see all of Mike's sort of alchemical and magic setup here. This like lab he has in the back for creating some of these some of the concoctions that he sells in the store. It's mostly alchemical. I don't think he delves too much into the magic side of things. There's a phone in the back, which you gather is what he was using for the conversation. But there is also a large object at the back of the store that is currently covered by a tarp. And as he approaches it, he grabs onto the tarp and he pulls it down. And there is I think a set of like metal stands that appear about like 4 feet across, with a number of these small kind of rods embedded into them with different colored gemstones along it. And at the base of this stand is a pool of water. And he walks over to it and says, are y'all good? Need to talk anything out? All right.
Okay.
Flips a switch on the device, and he says, "I'll give you as long as I need. Just let me know what you're done when you're done." And he leaves and goes back out to the front of the shop. And as he leaves you, this device begins to kind of and you see these these gemstones begin to crackle and light up, and the pool of water beneath begins to sort of distort and move as the water rises out of the pool and forms like a sheet between these two poles. And as the magic kind of courses through the water, you watch as it almost seems to like freeze, but maintains sort of a liquid state to it. And you, for a moment, can see your own like reflection in this water. It's as it takes on more of a kind of a silverish color. And then as the machine begins to quiet a little bit, it reaches kind of too high pitched for you to really make out the tone of it. Your reflection disappears and instead is replaced with a reflection that is not yours. You see a woman standing in the mirror, or in this reflection, looking back at you. It's hard to make out color because everything has like a silvery blue kind of tone to it, but she stands about the same height as Cordelia, looks to be around the same age, maybe a little younger. She has blonde hair that is kind of frizzy a bit and kind of puffs out a bit from her head, which has a number of like beads or bands kind of woven into her hair. Let me make sure I've got the right description here. Yeah. She appears to be elven, and is currently wearing a sort of pantsuit with a vest, and heels as well, and she is carrying in one hand what looks to be a gnarled staff, and she leans on it as the picture comes into focus, and she says, "So I heard you wanted to talk to me."
Yes. Thank you for taking a moment out of your day.
Well, you've got about a moment before I need to move on to other things, so I advise whatever this business is, that you make it quick.
Then I'll shoot straight with you. You know who I am. I know you. We know what's happening in your district here and what's happening around the city. I've worked for the Calbits for a long time, and I'm here to help.
Her eyes narrow as she looks over and she says, "And what do you want out of it?"
Backing from the same family I've gotten backing from the last 10 years. The city's in chaos, and a lot of us want stability right now.
All right. So you help me, and I give you what? Power, support, territory.
Support, mostly. Everyone wants to know their home's gonna be safe.
Listen, I've heard a little bit about you, and I don't know much about your friends here. But most people in the area know about the Witch of Waterford and some of the work that you've done. So I trust that you're not bullshitting me right now. But you got to understand, these are some difficult times, and I'm shooting pretty high right now. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page, that if you back me, you join my side of things, that I'll help you out and I'll give you some support in return. But, well, this isn't going to be the Calbits when I'm done with it.
You don't shock me by saying that.
And if you're all right with seeing the old guard leave, knowing that our first target right now is Lila, then all right, you're on board. But I am going to need some showing of loyalty.
Sure. Families need a unified front.
What about the rest of your friends here that I see in the background? I assume they can be trusted.
Well, they've been helping your family out recently as well, if you're familiar with Dr. Engelward at the university.
I know the doc. So you're the ones that have been helping him with his research.
That's us.
All right. Well, we might have some mutual goals then, and be able to find a bit of common ground. Well, okay. You took the first step by coming out here and offering your support, and I need support where I can get it. So this is what I'll say here. You know the situation going on in West Circle, and you know that we're having a bit of a run-in with with the Zartano trying to step in on our turf.
I've heard.
There is they made their way in last night during the fallout, and took their shots pretty quick and pretty cheap while they could. We're gonna hit back tonight, and I want you to help them.
What do you think, team?
Just point us in the right direction.
Okay.
All right, I'll send you your orders here in a minute, and we'll talk more after if this all goes to plan.
We look forward to it.
She waves a hand, and the water sort of ripples and disperses, and then she is gone.
Well, I may be selfish, but I'm good at what I do.
Yeah, I mean, she seems all right. You think we can trust her?
Oh, no. Not a bit. Not yet. I
Got
think
it.
she's feeling a sight, and I don't think we know everything yet, but I think we can get in good with her.
All right.
Well, there you go. That was easy.
To start, not sure what she actually means by a show of loyalty. That sounded more ominous than anything she actually said just then.
She just means right now do what she says without balking. We'll see what it comes down to.
All right.
I mean, we're not afraid of killing some folk, so...
Gotta do what we gotta do sometimes.
Just feels a bit odd to be going on the offensive, but as you said, we've done it before.
I don't know too much about Aya, but she's a bit of a wild card and aggressive, so...
You know, it's better than doing nothing. Right, this way we can get some support, as you mentioned.
Yeah. If we could get in good with her and... Yes, Clove. If we can get in good with her and have her, you know, top of the Calbits and backing us, we can get a lot done other places.
Yeah, I mean, we can find a way to protect your joint or something.
Yeah? Wow. It's a good place to start. Okay.
Sean, remind me, how long do we have until the dragons are planning to get out of town?
Their transport is on the 20th, so the end of the week.
Okay.
It is currently the end of it's evening of the 16th, I think. Yeah, evening of the 16th right now.
Got it.
So,
Tell
we'll
Mike
go
we're
take...
done with his magic phone.
Oh yeah, you turn it off.
Magic FaceTime.
We'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and take our break here, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the rest of our session. So stay tuned, everybody, and we will be right back. And welcome back, everyone. We will just hop back into it. I'm not going to worry about plugging things right now. I will do that later. So you hang up on your Skype call with Aya Sharp, and Mike he comes back in the room and makes sure that everything is turned off properly, and says, well, I assume your conversation went well.
Yeah. Easier than I expected.
Good. Well, I'll go and get you checked out with all the things that y'all need, and if there's anything else, I guess, let me know.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, no problem.
As always, I owe you.
Least I can do. You bring me business, so that's what matters. So, and he rings up all your stuff and takes your gold, and which I assume you guys have all deducted at this point from your inventories, and you take your stuff. I'm describing in detail the transaction process. I'm done with this. So the you then leave the shop. At which point, Cordelia, you get a I think you feel something kind of like a disruption around you, like kind of the wind moving, and you look over your shoulder, and just as a raven comes swooping down and lands on your shoulder, and it has a small rolled up parchment in its beak, which it drops into your palm.
Thank you.
At which point it kind of, I'm trying to do a rave noise, "Rah!" No, that was and leaves. Can't do the raven noise. And it
Caw.
call, and it leaves.
Okay. That's enough bird noise.
I'm gonna sit here and workshop my bird noise for the next 2 hours.
I'm gonna read this note.
Okay. The note has an address on it for a like a department store a couple blocks over from where you're at right now, still in this territory that you're in. Gives a time. It says 10 o'clock. And it says no survivors.
Okay. I'll show the group. Simple enough.
Seems that way.
No survivors, though.
Well, presumably that's after hours, so at least we won't have to worry about any civilians getting caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, I should hope so.
To that end, anyone feel like doing a little shopping right now? Gonna go scope things out?
I always feel like shopping.
So do we want to drop in on Craig first, make sure he's still all good?
Oh! Yes. We should.
Because we are probably, what, a few blocks away from him right now?
Yeah, you're not too far. About 10 minutes to walk over there. Okay, you walk over to Arlington's Antiquities, and the shop it's boarded up, but it's not. It's in one piece. It's not burned to the ground or anything. And you head inside. Craig, I think at first as you walk in, like there's. Oh wait. As you walk in, there is no noise. It doesn't seem like anyone is home. However, a few moments pass, and you just see like Craig's head kind of come up over the counter as he peeks up very obviously, and goes, "Oh, it's all of you. Great.
Do we have like a special knock or something so you know it's us?
That would be good.
Got it.
We'll workshop that, and let me know what you come up with. What do you need?
Just making sure you're still doing all good, since we know lots of action happening in this district.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like anyone's come by here so far. Oh man, the grocer up on the corner got hit pretty hard. I don't know if you saw that. I almost went real Canadian with this voice. I got hit real hard.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Anyway, she's gonna kill us in 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Anyway, so he says, but no, nobody's come by here yet. Are you here to help with that?
In a manner of speaking.
Good. Okay. If you guys just want to stay here for the rest of the night and make sure that nobody burns down my shop, that would be great.
We might stop back by, but we've got a couple other errands to run first.
And you've still got some work to do.
I do. Actually, one of yours is ready. Who went first?
We did say it was Cordelia's
Is
first.
me?
Okay.
It was me.
He reaches underneath the counter and pulls out a small box, and as he opens it, air comes rushing out and your hair gets blown back, and
My hair's pulled back in a fancy updo.
the wand chooses the wizard. Anyway, no, he doesn't do that.
Deckard Cain?
He hands you your wand, which you can describe what it looks like.
Okay. I think it is this like twisted, like dark, like almost black wood.
Okay.
And at the end of it, there is like a similar, like red gem, like vial type thing, like her
Yeah.
her choker that she wears. Shh, Clove.
Clove, quiet.
What?
You-
We got you those potions. We got you those earrings. I don't know what else you want from me. Sorry, our cats are wrestling.
you take your wand and it radiates with magic, and he says, I got that one done. The other one is on the way. Should be done around 3 a.m.
We'll probably still be up. And on that note, we may actually want you to whip up another one of those for our friend Clove. Sarah, just for clarification, we're talking about he's currently working on a cloak of protection for Sebastian. And, since that's the best I can do in terms of armor, if you wanted to get some kind of buff to your AC, because you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I do need something.
If you wanted to drop 3 gems on another cloak of protection, then you could do something like that if you wanted. Armor is a little more expensive. You wanted to actually you could save up and actually buff your leather or whatever
Armor.
you're wearing, hide armor.
Yeah.
That costs, I don't remember the exact price. I think it's like,
Is it 6?
no, it's more than that. It grows exponentially. 9.
Ooh, okay, yeah. No, we'll add Cloak of Protection's +1.
Plus 1 to AC and saving throws.
Yes, AC and saving throws.
Yeah, well, that's gonna help. I mean, anything's gonna help right now because my AC's at 12.
Yeah.
So anything will help. I would love that.
Yeah. The only other thing that I think he could do, you don't use a shield, do you? No. Okay. Then yeah. Cloak of protection is. And like I was saying with Alex earlier, you can decide like the kind of interpretation of a cloak. I think with Clove's aesthetic, a cloak might fit in a little bit more than it would with others, but
Oh yeah.
but yeah, we can make that work and you decide how it looks.
It's a cape, actually, of all things. It's a nice flowy like cape with a lovely peacock motif in a damsk kind of fabric.
Okay. I like that. And so essentially like you provide the item that you're wanting the enchantment on, and I'll just assume that Clove has something like that she can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming because we've got a couple of hours until we're doing our deal tonight, right?
Yeah, a couple.
So Clove's out of cat form.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you provide that, and Craig will begin work on that after he finishes work on Seb's. So that wouldn't be ready like early afternoon tomorrow.
I'm going to go ahead and mark off 3 more gems. We're down to 4.
Thanks, guys.
All right, shall we go shopping then?
Yeah, we can go check it out.
All right, so you guys want to head over to the department store that you have the address for. Not too far. Everything is within this one district, so it's pretty close. It's actually over towards the area like where you came in the city, or where you were coming in from, the direction you arrived, on the east side of like the campus area. As you approach from a distance, you notice a couple of things that might be kind of out of the ordinary for you. There is, so it's like a short and wide building on the corner. Actually sort of forms like almost like a triangular shape to fit in with the way that these streets intersect. There's the main entrance to this store, and around the side, which you kind of come up on, there is like a loading area for like for shipments to come in. There are 3 large like trucks that are currently docked in the loading bay. The store currently has like the windows you're walking past nonchalantly. It's closed, and there's like a closed sign that is up. It doesn't seem like there's any business being done in this department store. Windows are currently boarded. And as you, I think, walk past maybe on the other side of the street, at the loading dock area, there are 3 people that are currently like standing there, kind of mulling about. You think they're workers at first. They look human, but as you approach, you do see they appear to be Genasi. And they are keeping a very close eye on all of you as you are walking closer and then past.
Well, guess we're not going shopping.
Apparently not.
Can see about maybe getting up on the roof. See if I can find anything out up there.
Yeah, that'd be good to know if there were other exits or entrances to this place.
And around this time, I'd say we're approaching about 7 o'clock in the evening. So the sun is beginning to set.
We have time to get dinner.
Yes, you do. Does
That's
anybody?
true. I'm so hungry.
So do you guys want to go eat, or do you want to scope out the place?
Both?
Can we get a picnic to go and do both?
You could do both. So how are you doing this? Is Seb trying to inconspicuously sneak up onto the roof?
Yeah. The thing they do in movies, find a water duct to just climb his way up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Give him a boost up.
Because as much as, I see that look
Clove does.
Cordelia is giving, the flying broom would be a bit too inconspicuous.
I can just fly! Okay.
Besides, better if only one of us maybe gets in trouble. And I can get the heck out of Dodge a lot faster than the rest of you.
Didn't say I would fly you. Fine. Climb the wall like a heathen.
Okay. I want Seb to make a stealth check.
Sure, I'm pretty good at that. This die is going away. That's a natural 1.
Yikes. Okay, so
It's a
you're
total
going.
of 7.
Yeah. Big ol' 7. Okay, so you go around to like the opposite side of the building from the loading bay.
I can always pull out the drunk card if they catch me.
Yeah, so I guess you're helping him, Enza, onto the.
Yeah, probably like help him like up the thing and then sort of like walk away, but like maybe post up somewhere where I can still kind of like see him, but seem like maybe I'm reading a newspaper or something.
Okay, so here's the interpretation I think I'm going to give this one. So you're on the other side of the building from the loading dock. You help him up without issue, and Seb, you get up onto the roof. As you are kind of surveying the roof, there are some like skylights up here where you could see down below. As you are sneaking across, I think it's sort of the like gravel the gravel. I'm trying to think the name for. I know the name for like the way that they roof the place. You know what I'm talking about. And then there's the skylights. And as you are making your way across, I think you feel like a little bit of give underneath your foot on the roof, where maybe there's been a little water damage to it, and there's a little bit of a crunching noise as your foot kind of pushes like through the roof into whatever might be below, and then you hear kind of underneath, like through this hole as you pull your foot out of it, a little bit of kind of like something getting knocked over and a little bit of noise beneath, followed by the sound of some voices coming up from below me, like, well, what was that? Go look, see what it is. And then like some mumbled voices from beneath.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and quickly peek through, head over to a different part of the roof, peek through a skylight. But as soon as I, see or hear anyone popping up, my plan is to just run and jump off the roof. Step of the wind style.
Okay. So you...
Just in any direction? Just jump off?
Oh, so that I don't land, away from the loading dock and away from whoever comes up to check it out.
Got it. Okay.
So it's a triangular shaped building. One side is where is the entrance. The other side is
Jump
the
into
loading
my
dock.
arms.
And the other one is where Enza is currently waiting. So are you going towards Enza, the entrance, or the loading dock?
I'm thinking the entrance, because
Okay.
as I've said, I want to avoid letting them know that there's more than one of us.
That's fair. So you run over to the skylight and you look down, and you get it's dark down there, but what you do make out is sort of like the back room area of the store, and you see there are now two more Genasi figures that are staying there. One is looking at the ground at like a mannequin that has been knocked over and some like racks that have some debris on it. The other one is looking up at the ceiling and sees you and very quickly draws his gun and fires up at you. And he's going to make a shot in your direction.
Go for it.
Oh, man.
That's only a 2, so that's not going to be enough to hit you. So there is a gunshot, and you all hear this outside, and then the shattering of glass, and you watch then as Seb goes leaping off the building, hitting the ground. Do you have the thing to reduce fall damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so there wouldn't be enough damage for you to actually take anything from this height. He goes leaping off the building, sort of rolling across the sidewalk. Since the entrance is on like street side, and then goes like running across the street towards the park or the campus, across the street from the department store. And I think as you reach the other side of the street, assuming you guys are in other directions and kind of keeping an eye out for this, and Enza, you're coming around the building and kind of walking down the sidewalk, and you see Sebastian go sprinting. You also see two Genasi come running out the front of the building from the entrance, and they see Seb like sprinting off towards the park. I think they give like a half-hearted chase, like getting halfway across the street. One of them takes another shot at Seb as you're running. That's a natural 20.
Okay, I will deflect missiles.
Yeah.
Get that bullet.
Okay, that would be 22 points of damage.
So I reduced that by 12, so it's only 10.
Only 10 points of damage. So yeah, I think as you hear the gunshot, you instinctively kind of duck and like throw an arm behind you, and you're able to sort of deflect the shot a little bit, and it like grazes the back of your hand enough so it stings. Your hand is very numb and kind of throbbing, but you avoid most of the damage and keep sprinting. And they stop in that moment. And kind of look around. I think they probably see you, Enza, but you're far enough away from all this where they don't know if you're involved in any of it, and they just keep an eye on you. And then
I probably just like put my hands to my ears, like try to look surprised when I saw this gunshot go off. Yeah, like what's going on?
Good. And they go kind of running back into the store and close the door behind them.
And if Seven doesn't get himself killed, I know Pilar's going to kill him. And is going to mosey her way over to where Seb just ran off. That's where I'm going.
We'll see you all reconvene on your, like somewhere around the campus, a little bit further away from the department store.
Wow.
And you really think they wouldn't have just shot the witch riding the broom if they saw you?
They wouldn't have seen me, but okay.
I thought you said you were running low on your spells, and you still gotta do stuff tonight.
Well, someone's not running low on attitude.
When have I ever run low on attitude? Anyway, I saw at least 2 in there, so 5 if there's 3 up front,
And
2
now
in
they've
there.
seen you, and they know someone is
They
running around on their
saw
roof.
someone.
And they know someone is running around on the roof.
So we just can't go in through the roof, I guess.
They'll know someone's coming. Well,
Maybe they thought I was a looter or something.
on the roof. Okay.
Remember, it's not just going to be us tonight, presumably, unless
Yeah.
it is trying to screw us over this quickly.
I don't care. Us is what I'm worried about.
Obviously, a way in through the roof. How much of a drop from the skylights did it seem like? Would it be too much of an issue for us to go in that way?
12 to 15 feet. Not terribly far.
Because it's an option. Some kind of roof access.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, you said there's skylights up there?
mhm. And probably some kind of stairwell that someone was probably going to rush out and try and get me through.
Yeah, I can't believe you just jumped off that building.
I
And you're
can.
Yeah, I mean, didn't
I
hurt.
mean, I should have
Just-
expected it.
Just roll with the landing. Nothing to it.
How's that bullet wound, though?
Stings, but I've taken harder punches.
Well, I'm going to go get something to eat.
Yeah,
You
so
all can come with me, or keep jumping off roofs and getting shot at, or whatever it is you want to do for the next few hours.
food, and then there's one more quick errand I want to run, just in case.
And that is.
Yeah.
In case we don't want to smash our way in, seeing as Hogarth's not around. Gotta pick up some tools. And this is me saying I have the proficiency for it, but don't actually have a set of thieves' tools yet, and so would like to pick those up.
Ah,
Gotcha.
got it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we could do both of those. So I don't know what the price is on the thieves' tools. I know they're in the book. I just don't yet. I don't think it's in the SRD.
Almost there. Thieves' tools. 25 gold.
25. Okay. Yeah. So you can spend the 25 gold on that and get yourself a set of thieves' tools from your nearest department or home goods store.
Go to Home Depot.
Home Depot. Thieves Depot.
For improving your home and breaking into it.
Yeah. Sometimes you get locked out. Okay, so where you go to eat? What does Cordelia eat around here? I assume there's like some like hole in the wall food place that she wants to go to.
Yeah, I think it's like a noodle place.
Okay.
Fuck.
Totally read my mind.
I
Yeah.
think she feels like eating like noodles or something.
Okay. Go get some. I'm trying to decide what fantasy race would correspond with. Like, we'll go with like. I assume we're not saying Italian. I assume we were like Asian noodles. Like,
Yeah, sure.
okay.
Like a ramen place.
And I don't
Sure.
think we actually specified what race that was in the duo episode when we
Yeah.
when we got that earlier.
Yeah. We'll say you go to a. I'm just gonna pull one off the top of my head. Say Yuan Tea, and they.
You want teas noodles?
Yuan Tea's Yuan Tea and Noodle Shop.
I also liked your pun, Savvy.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yuan Tea.
Okay.
Oh, that's really bad.
I wouldn't say it was good.
Oh,
We are off the rails here. Okay, so you
We have
You-
noodles.
you guys go to Monty's Noodles and get some noodles, and then
And they're very good.
Yeah, very good. But yeah, very hole in the wall place. There's probably like 3 tables in the whole like little store. It's probably jam packed between 2 others, and it's just like a kitchen and then this small little front room, and you get some very like home style food, and it's rolling up on almost 10 o'clock at this point. 9:30, 9:45.
Well,
That message from that raven say where to meet? I mean, department store, but anywhere specific?
did it, or was it just the address and the time?
It's just the address, the time, and no survivors.
No. So I guess we'll roll up quiet. See what we see.
Also, can I assume that we've taken the equivalent of a short rest at some point during this?
Yeah.
Okay. Want to try and get back some of those 10 HP. Probably gonna spend a second hit die. Still not great, but don't want to spend more than that. Okay. I'm almost back to full.
Okay. So after resting, you guys head back towards the department store.
Cast
as you
mage
guys are-
armor on myself.
Okay. And as you are approaching the exterior of the apartment store from like across the street, you notice a couple of things. Those trucks that were there before are gone, as are the people that were like guarding.
Interesting.
Well, I would assume they're inside. And, we should see if we can meet up with the Calbit forces before doing anything, but we can either go in through the roof where they'll probably be expecting someone, try going in through the loading dock, or I could, see about getting us in through the front door. They'd never expect it.
I mean, I kind of want to try the front door. I don't know if I'd be as good trying to get up on the roof without any help. Yeah, maybe they won't expect us coming through the front door. What do you think, Cordelia?
I hate going through the front door. Just in general.
Well, we can go through the roof, but I'm gonna need a lift from you or something.
But we should see, one, if we can find the Calbit forces, and two, what they think, what they're planning.
I'll let me send up Hecate to do like a once around the area and see if we can spot anybody like waiting.
Okay. Hecate does a sweep around the perimeter. Gets the same thing, though. Doesn't seem to be any Zartanos kind of posted outside. You also don't see any other Calbits.
Okay. Nobody? So, maybe that's a show of trust.
Either that or she thinks we're expendable, which in her eyes we definitely are.
That's a good point.
Or both. Doesn't matter. If we die here, she doesn't have to deal with us anymore. If we survive and do what she says, then she's got allies, so it's a win-win for her.
I assume at some point someone mentioned to Seb that 2 guys ran out after him. So, at least in his mind, we're facing, what is that, a total of 7 people? Unless it's the 2 people who were up top before. So.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
As we were coming, or like when we left dinner, can I have used my furball disguise self so that I look like a human gentleman of means?
Sure.
That's what I look like.
A fancy gent.
Yes.
Fancy gent. Okay.
Mr.
Top
Darcy.
hat.
A top hat,
Yeah.
a lovely
Yes.
fancy cravat, and a cane.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Seb still looks bedraggled, has like a bloody bandage around his hand.
Fine. It's fine.
Turning into the cane club over here.
Mm-hmm. Well then, sounds like if it's just us, still want to try the roof?
We can get up there quietly.
This is good places anyway.
It seems like the safer option.
All right. So you guys get over to the side of the building as quietly as you can. Let me get some sneaking music on here. No, that's not.
Actually, could we swing by the
Sneaking
front
into
door
hell.
and just see if there's anything, if there was anybody posted by the front door or anything? Can I scope that out?
Yeah. Like you want to like peer in through the window or something?
Yeah, just kind of, yeah, see if there's anybody near the front door, if it's like actually locked or.
Yeah.
that situation.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Where's my? I don't really have any sneaking music. Hold on one second. What'd you roll?
22.
22. All right. You peer in through like the front window of the shop. And as you look in, I think at first you're kind of thrown off a bit. It looks like there's like a bunch of people in there. But as you focus, there are a lot of mannequins kind of scattered throughout the store.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Whole army in there.
But you're able to tell there doesn't seem to be anyone moving inside.
I'm just gonna like test the door, like try to pull on it slightly, like really slowly to see if it's locked.
Okay. Yeah, you pull on the door. It does seem to be locked.
Okay.
Let's try this. I don't know. I haven't listened to this whole song, but let's just go with this one and see how. No, I can't hear it. Okay. But yeah, front door seems to be locked.
Okay. I go around, join everybody. Well, door's locked, and I didn't see anybody in there. Except for a bunch of creepy mannequins. So, maybe they're upstairs?
Possible. Seems like there are a lot of mannequins in this place. When I peeked in, they were messing with one that had gotten knocked down. Well, to the roof then?
Before we put ourselves in this building, any worry that they may have taken any ideas from the other evening and loaded it full of explosives?
Somehow I doubt they'd want to do that if they went to such trouble to get this place.
Okay, cool. Let's go up to the top then.
That's just a guess. Besides, maybe it's just the Draconisi who like boom booms.
We'll see.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, so you guys want to go in through the roof?
Mm-hmm. Once we get up there, want to see if I can get us in through, a roof access stairwell before we go smashing skylights open.
Okay, yeah, you it's not too much trouble with you guys. You're not any pressure to get up on the roof. So through a combination of flying, lifting, pushing, pulling, climbing, you get up onto the roof of the building. You can see the hole that Seb made in the ground. And
Which I point out to him,
nice.
like, the roof's a little weak there.
Yeah. There is like a roof access, like doorway. So you could potentially go through there. I'd say you check it. The door is locked.
Can probably get us in through here, but they'll also probably be expecting someone to try coming in through here. They're also probably expecting people everywhere. So what if we go in everywhere at once?
That sounds like the worst idea.
Yeah, it is.
I think the roof is our best bet.
How many skylights are there? Could we all drop in through different ones?
Do the skylights open, or is it just like glass, like inset
Must we smash?
in the roof?
I don't think they open. I think it's just glass. One of them's broken though. There's a bullet-sized hole in it.
You want to see if we can get that door, Seb?
Yeah, I can give it a shot.
I could just go invisible and drop in the skylight and see what I can see.
Oh, but wouldn't you have to break one open more to get in? Or it's
Yeah, that
just
hole's
the-
only this big.
It didn't shatter at all? How strong is this
No,
glass?
it shattered a bit. Like I'd say it's the bullet blast out. Okay, it's maybe like the actual hole is the size of like a baseball.
Could send the bat in.
You could.
You do that while I get to work on this door.
Yeah, let's do that.
And let's assume they have someone with a shotgun on the other side of the door, so stand clear.
Got it.
All right.
I like have her gun and sort of like be right around the corner, like I was like watching Seb.
Okay. So you make a thieves check with your thieves tools, and Cordelia, you send Hecate in.
Yeah, through
Uh,
this.
I
She's
assume
little.
this is going to be plus dex.
Yes.
17.
Okay. That's enough. So you begin working on the door. It's going to take you a little bit to get it open. Haven't done this a whole lot. You send Hecate in. The skylights go down into like the back room. There are a number of like the inventory, the stocks. There's a lot of shelves with boxes and crates and things like that on it. She flies around inside. Have Hecate make a perception check.
Okay. Oh. Her sheet's not opening. There we go. And she does have keen hearing. Does that
Okay.
apply?
What does that do?
Get advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let her make a check with advantage.
Bat ears. Wow, good thing too. 18.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. I think, okay, so Hecate flies around. She also has blindside too, doesn't she?
Yeah, out to 60 feet. She has blind sight.
So Hecate goes flying, kind of like scouting around in the back room area. She doesn't see anything. She does hear something that seems to be is something that's not you guys making your noise, not the noise of the outside, but there's like it almost sounds like a breathing, but more kind of elongated, like this like wind noise that is filling the space, and there's like a slight breeze that seems to be down here.
Okay.
Sebastian, there's a click, and you have the door unlocked.
Okay, I want to, again, making sure no one's in, once the door opens, no one's standing there. So I'm going to, go to the side, use my cane to slowly pull it open.
Okay. Door opens up. Nothing happens.
poke my head around to peer in.
Boom. No. There's you look down. There's a 2-flight staircase, but nobody on it. Just very dark.
I will relay what Hecate heard to the rest of the group, just in case anybody can make anything of that. But
Well, maybe they've got some big monster in there, but the fact that
Maybe.
no one's here seems a little odd.
well, no one's in the storeroom or that hallway.
Yeah. Well, should we go in?
Yeah. I'll go ahead, take point.
Okay. Clover, are you going in as yourself? Or are you going to change anything?
I'm gonna stay in my look right now.
It's a good look.
We'll see what happens once we get in there.
All right.
Yeah, we start sneaking our way in.
Okay. You let's see.
And an eye out for anything like tripwires or. Sub's not going to be able to find magical traps, but is looking for anything mundane. It's like, the Fallout cans on a string.
Yeah. Okay. You make a perception check too.
Not great. 9.
Yeah, you don't see any traps, any tripwires, anything like that. As you reach the bottom of the steps, you are in the back room. It's dark down here. You can see the rows of shelves, and you can see the double doors that lead up. So like the main store, the floor, and you can see the large kind of garage doors for the loading docks. There's also a door on the far side of the room that has a it's like partially open. And what you guys can see that Hecate couldn't because she was doing the hearing check and not the sight check, and it was very faint, but you can see a sliver of light coming from beneath like the office door.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast detect magic and keep it up for the 10 minutes.
Okay.
Because that sounds like a good plan. I'm not gonna do a ritual. I'm actually gonna use this.
Okay.
So, just if I notice anything.
All right. Yeah. So you, where are you guys going?
I guess we should probably start with the office door.
When we were upstairs or up on the roof, did we notice any light through any of the skylights at all?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, it's real dark in here. Yeah, let's go check out that office over there.
Do you still have Hecate up, by the way?
Yes.
So you make your way over to the office. Are you opening the door?
I think I'm going to try the handle. Notes very slowly.
Does not seem to be locked.
I'm right behind you, Seb.
You slowly turn the handle and push open the door, and inside there is a very small 10 by 15 office. In here there's a desk with a chair pushed into it, just enough writing space and some papers and forms and stuff on it. A couple things you notice. the light seems to be coming from a bulb that is lit and hanging from the ceiling. There's no one moving in here, but you also get a pretty like bad smell as you enter. And as you kind of turn your head around the door, you get the source of it. You see 3 people in kind of a pile off to the side that appear to be dead. 3 bodies, but look like sort of like desiccated. But they are giving off a little bit of like a rotting smell.
Do they look like the ones who were at the loading bay earlier?
No. They look human. And that at that moment, Clove and Cordelia, you are not surprised with Hecate's perception check, and Clove, your detect magic. As Clove, you feel a magical presence come pushing into your radius. You turn around just in time to see a creature reveal itself behind you. Cordelia, Hecate also alerts you to this just in time. Unfortunately, Seb and Enza, you are both considered surprised right now, as this creature reveals its form, a tall, probably about 8 to 10 foot tall, humanoid looking from the waist up, with these like plates of like ornamental armor, a belt with a red sash across it, has darker skin, 2 horns coming off his head, and this long white hair. The bottom from the waist down is this swirling sand that is kind of rushing around him like a small tornado or cyclone. And he carries, unsheathes a large scimitar, which then he goes to strike at you with. And we are going to roll for initiative.
Cool.
This is great. Super fun time.
Next time, I'm going in the room.
Ooh, that was real good.
I'm gonna use roll 20's initiative.
Yeah, don't use your dice. Your dice hate you.
I didn't mean to hit
But also, roll 20 hates you.
Yeah. Appears to be a 9.
I'll put him on the thing so you guys can see him.
Oh no, I'm drawing little things instead of clicking.
Whoops.
I was like, why isn't it working? There we go.
Yeah, my real life roll was awful. I know, Winnie. I know it was bad.
I was like, Mom! Well, I rolled really good, but I'm a suppressed.
And he will roll. That's not what I needed. Why won't you roll?
Because he's going last.
Jesus, natural 20, 22.
Oh man.
So all right.
So I think I go before him.
Yeah, you
When
will
we
go
get to
for it
it.
once the surprise round's over.
Yeah.
He, however, with his scimitar, is going to cut down at 3 of you. Is going to, well, actually, with I think he draws the scimitar, but with all of you kind of bunched up right there, I think holds out his offhand, and you see this cube forming in his hand, which then kind of expands outward in this thunderous burst.
Is this a spell?
Yes.
Counterspell.
Well, damn.
I don't want that. I don't want what he's doing.
It's less than 3rd level, so he just automatically succeeds. So he goes to cast a thunder wave at all of you, and
I go, no!
and use your reaction because you're not surprised, so you can use your reaction, making sure of that. You counterspell the thunder wave, and I think as it begins to expand outward, there is this. I think there's this like kind of countered sound that you emit as you yell out no and instinctively throw some magic into your voice, and it hits and like negates the frequency of the sound that he's creating, and the thunder is dispersed. That's his action, so that's all he can do. The surprise round. So Cordelia, you get to go.
Is he at a melee of me?
Yes.
I think it's the spells that aren't ranged, you guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh heck. I'm gonna run out of spells really quick.
You could do like help action.
Can I reach? No, I don't want to do that. I'll magic missile him.
Okay,
Biggest hit.
yeah.
So, how many damages? That. Let's click on the right spell. Learn how to do magic, Savannah. Let's go. I just threw a dice on the floor. That is 3, 8, 11 force damage.
11 force damage. Okay. First blood. Okay. 3 magic missiles come streaking out, impacting his torso. As it hits, you see these like bursts of like sand cascading. Like his body is formed of sand, and then there's like divots are formed in his chest where the magic missiles hit. Clove, your turn.
I'm gonna whip out my fan and do pretty much the same thing Cordelia did and use 3 of my available 7 uses of my wand of magic missiles.
Oh,
Yes!
nice.
So that's 5
Pew pew.
5d4s, right?
Yes,
That's
5d4 plus 5.
plus 5. Here we go.
Pew, 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 pew.
Okay, so that's 5, 9, 12. I gotta roll one more. 12, 15 plus 4, so 19 force damage.
All right. Yikes. Okay, 19 points of force damage. As those 3 hits, and kind of like, haha, I withstood that. Just hits again. Like, okay, that hurt a little bit more. And he gets ready to swing his scimitar. That'll put it to the top of the round. Enza, you have recovered, getting your bearings. What would you like to do?
I would like to use Hunter Sense.
Okay.
So I magically discern how best to hurt this creature. Learn whether it has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
Okay. He is. You get that this is some sort of elemental creature. I'll kind of give you that. And I think you identified in that moment as an Al Eshma is the type of genie. Is like a sand genie.
Mm-hmm.
He is immune to lightning and thunder damage. No resistances, no vulnerabilities.
Got it. I just yell out, "Don't use thunder or lightning," and then take a couple steps away from the rest of the group.
Okay, are you trying to leave his melee range?
Well, I'm just gonna stand my ground then.
Okay.
Bring it. I can shoot you from close up.
All right. That'll put it to his turn. And what he is going to do now is take 3 attacks. First are going to be the people that have damaged him. So, Cordelia?
Yes.
That is a 26 to hit. Oh, no, wait. That was at advantage. What was the first roll? Nope, that's still 26 to hit. That was the first roll. So that's 13 slashing and 3 necrotic. Clove. Does a 13 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's 17 slashing and 2 necrotic.
Ow!
And the last one's going to be at... who went in the room first? Sebastian was in the room first, so you're probably the furthest away. So the last one will be at Enza. That's only a 12 to hit, though, so I think that misses you. So you're able to deflect the last strike as you duck in. It sort of hits the door frame, and it rips it back out, leaving a large hole in the wall. 2 big hits against Cordelia and Clove. Cordelia, it's your turn.
Can I get to Enza?
Yeah, you're right next to Enza.
Great, then. Gosh, why does everything cost a spell slot in this game? This game is hard.
That's what happens when you're a wizard.
This game is hard. I'm gonna use my action to try to get to Enza and cast the flame arrows on her gun.
Yes. Okay.
And then hide behind her.
Okay. You're still within melee, but you kind of shift around Enza.
Get him! Get him!
Okay. Unless you wanted to move out of melee, but I'm assuming that you're both
no, that last one hurt really bad.
Okay, Sebastian.
All right. I'm gonna go up and try to. Yeah, because you didn't mention anything about being resistant to non-magical damage,
No.
so it's gonna smack him with my cane.
Okay.
And we talked before that if I do it two-handed, it's
Yeah, I'll count as a quarterstaff.
okay. So yet another instance of me nerfing myself this whole campaign so far. That's only a 12.
No, that's not gonna hit.
Okay, gonna try another swing. That's a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
All right. D8, there you are. And that's a 1 plus 3 for 4, but I'm going to try and do a stun and strike on him, spending a key point.
Okay. What's that?
Con save only needs to be at a 13.
That's a 23.
Yeah. I'm very angry at it. I'm gonna flurry of blows.
Okay.
Nope. What are you doing, roll 20? That's not what I wanted.
The police are showing up outside.
Yes. So punch. Nope. Nope. That die is retired. That was a 3 and a 1.
Yikes. Okay. Yeah, those both miss. So you get up like right in his face and start to punch, and you get one good shot off. The other ones, it's like punching through sand, and you're trying to have a hard time to actually connect with anything that's going to deal damage. But you do get one good hit in, semi good hit in. Clove.
Oh. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna do magic missile again. Wand of magic missiles, because I don't want to walk away, because I don't want to get hit, and I don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna do another 2 charges off of my wand. So that takes it down to 3. And here we go with 5d4. That was not a good roll. 4, 5, 8. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 5 is 17? No. 12 plus 5. Yeah, no, that's 17.
17 to hit?
Yep.
Yep, that hits.
No, it was magic missiles, so 17.
Oh, yeah, 17 points of damage. Oh, yeah.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to use the Balm of the Summer Court and use 3d6 to heal Cordelia.
Yes.
So, Cordelia, you are healed for 11 points.
That's so many.
Damage.
I think she also gets
And then 1 temporary, so you get 3 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love that ability so much.
Feels so much better.
So fun, and I need to use it more because I forget that it's a bonus action. So
Yeah. Okay, so that will put it to Enza's turn.
Okay. Just to confirm, do I have 12 of the fire shots or 10, Cordelia?
I meant
How
to
many
click
of
the
those?
spell, sorry. It is 12.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was 12. Okay. I'm gonna shoot him. Right in his ugly face.
Do it. And you don't have disadvantage because you took the...
The close quarters shooter.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Okay, so that's 26 to hit.
Yeah.
For the first shot, and
You said
more
the
than
word
that for
20,
the
yeah.
second.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Ruin him. Wreck him.
I'm gonna. Okay. Ooh, 15, 19 piercing and 6 fire.
Okay, so 25. Yikes. All right.
And I'll just combine them for this next one. Let's see. 14 total for the second.
14 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Yikes. All right. So you take off, you go boosh, boosh. This time, instead of like the small dents, it like pierces straight through. You see sand go flying out like behind him across the room. Yeah, those wreck him. And I forgot to narrate this last time. So it's his turn now. And at the start of his turn last time, you watched as some of those like divots began to like close up, seem to be like healing a bit. This time, that does not seem to happen as the fire continues like kind of whelm over him. It seems like he is not a huge fan of the fire, not vulnerable to it, but it does seem to stop his regeneration.
Got it.
He is angry about that.
I'm sure he is.
He's going to take a swipe at Sebastian, Enza, and Cordelia. Because one punched him, one shot him with fire, one is the source of said fire. So Sebastian, that's a natural 1. So that misses.
Parkour.
Enza, that's an 11.
Nope.
Cordelia, it's a 13.
No!
Holy crap. I just need to say, he has a +9 to hit.
Yeah,
And
he can eat sand.
I rolled a 1, a 2. What did I roll in this? Yeah, a 1, a 2, and a 4. What is happening? Okay. That's the end of his turn as he flails
Gosh.
uselessly in the air. Cordelia.
Still in melee with him. I'm gonna try to firebolt him
Okay.
from where I am. I don't really have anything else I can do. Disadvantage. Oh, one of those unnatural 20. The bad one was a dirty 20.
Okay, that hits.
Yay! Give me those d10s. That is 13
Ouch.
fire damage.
Did that? Yeah, I think that did.
Fire.
All right, 13 points of damage. Owie.
Burn.
Yeah, like a crater forming near his like shoulder as you set off another blast. Sebastian.
All right, gonna try and whack him with the cane again. Two-handed. 12. I think you said that misses already.
No, yeah, that'll miss.
Okay, going for the second strike. 19.
19 hits.
All right. That's only 5 damage. And then I'm gonna try another stunning strike. He's probably gonna succeed again.
Okay. Well, you never know. Could roll real bad. Oh, nope. That's a 10.
10 total.
Yeah.
So he is stunned.
Yeah. I've been rolling real bad. There's that other 4. Okay. Yeah, he is now stunned until what, the end of his next turn?
Until the end of my next turn.
Yikes. Okay. All right.
And so now that he is stunned, I'm gonna flurry of blows because now my punches are at advantage.
All right, I'm just gonna stand here while you guys kill him then.
So is he. He's just going to stand there.
Hopefully this is the only guy here because I'm burning all my ki.
Oh, no.
Another one appears.
Cuz.
17 plus things.
Yeah.
For I'm rolling basically minimal damage for 4 bludgeoning. Second flurry of blows. 16 plus things
Yep.
for 6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
All right, that's it. But he is now stunned, y'all.
All right. Well, let's just go down the line. Clove, how do you murder him?
Well, cause he's stunned now. I can get out of his range, right? Or I can,
Yeah, you can.
So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna do a very flourishy thorn whip at him.
Okay.
So as Winnie is not happy, we're killing this lovely gymnast.
She loves this genie.
I know. She wants to be a sand genie. Here we go. Thorn whip, and it's a melee spell attack, which is +7. Okay. So shoot. 6 plus 7 is 13.
Did you roll with advantage?
Oh, that's right. No, I did not. Because he's stunned. 13 plus 20. Dirty 20, please.
That hits.
Okay. And that's 2d6, right? 2d.
Yes.
No, yeah, 2d6. I know, Winnie. I'm messing it up. 8 points. Piercing?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that was your.
And then can I actually summer balm myself? Because I need some healing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
All right. You throw a little healing on yourself. So he gets whipped with the thorns. Enza. Oh, jeez.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna die.
Well, 18 to hit.
That hits.
18 hits. Okay.
Mhm.
And then second shot is more than that.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, and I still have fire shots. 16 damage for the first shot.
Okay.
And 19 piercing for the second.
Okay.
Pew pew.
His turn, and he does nothing because it's stunned. Cordelia.
Firebolt him again.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Fuck. This might be it, buddy. We tried.
On the floor. That's not that good at damage. 2, 3, 8. Well, 16.
Oh, no, still up. Okay. All right. Okay, 16 most damage as a fireball blasts into this poor defenseless genie.
Ew.
Sebastian.
All right, smack him in with the cane, two-handed.
Uh-huh.
17 plus things.
Yeah. You know,
Max damage.
yeah, I don't even know why I had you guys roll. He had to go through 2 Enza turns on this, which you're doing like a minimum of like 18 points of damage on each roll. Like there was no way he's going to make
So
it.
much.
When are you gonna stop giving us guns?
I don't know. How do you do this then, Sebastian?
I think
How do? I'm just gonna start saying that. How do?
King two-handed. No, kind of cleave an X through him, and then lean back and spar to kick him apart.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like too much Assassin's Creed.
Sand
you lean back-
everywhere.
You lean back, you kick him, and as you kick him, those X's kind of crease, and yeah, there's just like an explosion of sand, and you watch as he dies. There is like his body sort of disintegrates, and like air begins to fill the room, and it swirls into these small little cyclones, and all the equipment kind of clatters to the ground around him as his body just completely dissolves into sand and ash. And well done, he is dead. Didn't even get to do the cool thing.
Please
Unless there's
solve
another
your
surprise
genie.
one. Well, if
Well.
anyone else is here, they're gonna have heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't nobody else seems to appear. Doesn't seem like there's anybody else here.
Can I loot anything good?
He's got a big old scimitar and some armor that's probably worth something.
And a pile
Anything
of
seem
sand.
magical? Because I have detect. No, I took points. Never mind. Hold
You
on.
might still have it.
Can
You
I?
might still.
I have to do a.
Concentration check.
Yep. No, I don't.
Oh.
Aw.
Fair. Yeah, you just take some time with it and look it over. His equipment does not seem to be magical. It's a big old scimitar that none of you could probably wield effectively. And then some armor and some like gold bandings and stuff. Like he's got some gold like equipment and like jewelry that he was wearing that would probably be worth a little
Jewelry, you
bit.
say?
Yeah.
Yes, please,
take
let's add
that.
to our gold of jewelry.
All right. I'm going to see you guys add another 250 gold worth of jewelry.
You're gonna start a jewelry empire.
Right.
We're
Exactly.
almost at 600 in just jewelry.
Yes!
Oh my god.
This is my dream!
At home, our party fund is set up in coins that we have notable loot, our essence gems, and so far all we have is 590 gold pieces of jewelry.
We're doing great. I think we're playing this game right, you guys.
Yeah.
I think our group name is now like gold of jewelry.
Yeah. So yeah, nobody else
Bling.
comes to his aid though. I mean, unless you guys want to like loot the department store that they were in, where these people were
Wow.
murdered.
I mean, check around, see what's up.
Do like a
Making
quick
sure
sweep.
There's no survivors.
Yeah, no survivors in here. It seems like the people that were working are very dead. There's like a cash register that has some money in it. If you guys want to rob that, clothes, other just like general goods around the store.
I'm gonna recast detect magic just to make sure that there's nothing else going on. If that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. You make a sweep of the store. Nothing else magical in it, other than like your typical like base enchantments on things. And
Yeah.
Can I look at the bodies that we found in the corner and try to figure out how long they've been dead for?
sure, make a
medicine check?
Medicine check will work.
I
Yeah.
guess. Okay. 19.
Oh yeah. Okay. You gather they haven't been dead for very long. Maybe just like a day. It looks like they were probably killed using like the effect of this genie. Something that it might have been able to do that was really cool that it wasn't able to do during this fight because it got killed really
But who
fast.
knows?
Well, yeah.
But who
but
knows, really?
Can only speculate.
Yeah. But yeah, they seem, despite their appearance, it seems like they haven't been dead very long.
Okay. And they looked like they were workers here? you said?
Yeah, one of them looks like he might be the like store owner. The other two look like employees.
Actually,
That
can I go get like the scimitar and take it because I want to use it as like, hey, look, we dealt with the baddie.
Sure. Yeah,
Like,
it's a
some
big
sort of
old
proof.
big old scimitar with a gold hilt and scabbard.
Yay!
Maybe it'll be a gift for Hogarth.
Yeah.
Oh
Or
man, this
either that or
scimitar is
it'll be
probably
so awesome, like over the bar.
yeah.
Get it mounted.
It's a very big piece. It would probably function as like to like Hogarth or one of you would probably like a great sword. Would be its more accurate description.
Please remember, Clove is 7+ feet tall.
You are, yeah, and I'm not saying like you couldn't wield it,
Yeah.
but I don't think you're
It's
proficient in
heavy as
martial
heck.
weapons.
No, I am on scimitar. I am actually.
Yeah, I'm
It's
saying
like
for
the
you,
one thing that druids get.
for you,
Yeah.
I think this would count as like a great sword though, because you'd
Yeah.
have to wield it with two hands.
That makes sense. No worries.
In order to use it, it's a great sword that looks like a scimitar.
That works. Yeah, no,
a little bit of curve at the end.
yeah, I want to. I mean, not that I don't trust that they'll believe Cordelia, but just
Yeah.
in case, I could be like, throwing the like head on the ground, like, look what we did. Only it's gonna be a giant sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the plan now?
As Enza's checking the bodies and Clove sweeping the store, Sebastian wants to pull Cordelia aside and have a conversation he's been meaning to have with her all day.
Now?
Yeah, the timing's not great, but we haven't really had much of a chance for it.
What? I'm tired.
So are we all. how are you feeling about what we were saying in the cave at the end there?
Tired.
Feeling okay, we can have this conversation another time, but don't know when we're going to get the chance.
What are you asking? What do you want me to say?
Are you feeling better about what we've been doing?
I mean, I don't really feel good about any of this, but at least we're doing something.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to check in, see how you're doing. It's got a bit heated down in the cave. I want to make sure we're all going to be good.
We're fine.
Okay, like I said, just checking in. And goes off to go check out another part of the store.
Okay.
Well, they said there should be no survivors. Yeah, we killed this guy, but what about those people we saw earlier? Think they mean them too?
Well, they're not here.
Gave us a date and time, and this is the date and the time, and we've killed everybody who was here at the time.
I think Seb's actually going to go unchain or whatever he needs to do to unlock the front door and poke his head out, see if there's a band of Calvets waiting out there or something.
No. You poke your head out the door. You look around. Nobody immediately outside. However, you hear some commotion in the distance, and probably maybe like 6 or 7 blocks over, mile or so, there you can see like a little glow on the horizon, kind of like across, like it's still within the district that you're in right now, and you can hear the sound of maybe like some sirens in that area. Looks like there's maybe some sort of fire, like some smoke coming up from that direction.
Okay, we'll go and let the rest know. Well, whatever the big thing that was happening tonight definitely wasn't here. So maybe our assistants got tied up or burned up.
Should we go check that thing out, you were saying?
Or it was a trial. See if we were serious.
I guess we are.
Serious as a sandstorm.
Yeah.
So you guys go check out the source of the commotion.
Yeah, or I don't know if we all need to go, but
Yeah, it's up to you guys if you guys also want to head back to your places and rest.
I mean, I think a long rest is a good idea.
yeah, because we weren't given any instructions of be there to greet the Calvets in the morning to let them know that it's theirs now.
I feel certain she'll contact me.
So, plan to meet back at Clove's Joint in the morning then?
Sounds good.
All right. So, where's everybody going for the evening? Anything need to, other than heading back to your places, anything else that's going on? Yes.
I have an errand to run.
Okay.
And then I go home.
At 11 o'clock at night.
Yes.
All right. So, Seb, you head back to Cordelia's place to rest, and Cordelia, you're going somewhere else.
I suppose.
It's a confusing relationship. You guys.
He didn't say anything, so.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so here's what happens then. The rest of you head east towards because Cordelia's place is to the east, so you're heading there, Seb, and the rest of you are heading to either Cloves or Enzo. You're heading to your place.
Mm-hmm.
So unless any of you are doing anything, you're just heading home for now.
I mean, Seb would check and something you want me to tag along with, or
No, quick meeting with a client. Won't be long.
okay.
You know how they are.
I know I don't compliment your image all that well, at least not in this sense.
It won't be long.
All right, Cordelia, you head west further into West Circle. You actually head past where you see that fire coming from, or close enough that you can see it. In the middle of the street, there are 3 trucks that are currently on fire and destroyed. There's not a fire department that is currently dousing the flames to try to take care of it, and the police are there, or there are a couple of police cars there, setting up like a crime scene where you see there are some bodies of some genasi in the road. So seems like that was taken care of as well.
That solved itself.
You head where are you going?
You know where I'm going.
I know where you're going. I just wanted you to say.
I'm going to go see Nikolai.
Okay. You head a couple blocks over and find the motel that Nikolai is staying in that he pointed out to you.
That's the sketchiest sentence you've ever said.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. At midnight, you come walking up to his room and knock on the door. You hear, after a few moments, some shuffling inside. Some more. Okay. There's some shuffling inside, and you feel like somebody like up to the door, and you get the sense that he's probably looking through the hole in the door. And I think you probably hear a sigh on the other side, and then hear the rattling of a chain as he disengages the locks, and then it opens, and you see him standing there. He looks tired, he's probably sleeping. So I think he's like just wearing like jeans. And you, I don't think he's wearing a shirt. I think you can see all the scars and stuff that you saw
That's
before.
why we broke up. He sleeps in jeans.
Well, you do when
That's a
in
real
the situation
reason.
in the situation he's in. He kind of looks out the door in each direction. He goes, I'm trying to remember what his voice was. Was he just like general American, or was he Irish? I don't remember.
Wasn't it Barovian a bit?
Oh,
yeah,
it might
a
have
little
been.
bit.
Is it- I wasn't expecting to see you so soon.
Can I come in?
Sure. Probably better than speaking out here, considering what's happening. He closes the door, and I think he locks it too once you're in, and gestures, and he says, "Make yourself at home." As difficult as that might sound, it's like a small little motel room. The single bed, one chair, and like a small like breakfast table to the side, and then the door leading to like the bathroom on the far end of the room. And he motions towards the chair and says, "Sit if you'd like."
Okay, I sit down.
You look like you've had a rough evening as well.
It's been a long couple of days.
He walks across the room and grabs a bottle of whiskey from the dresser, kind of holds it up and says, "Would you like anything?"
Please.
Grabs 2 glasses, sets them down, and pours each you a drink and says, "So knowing you, I imagine you're here for a reason or a conversation you'd like to have."
I want you to tell me the truth.
That's a difficult thing to ask.
I want you to tell me the truth, and I want you to tell me now, because you're not going to get another chance.
He leans back a bit and like just takes the whole drink in one swig. A day ago, it would have killed me, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you. But with things that have changed in the last 48 hours. All right. I'll tell you. Well, listen, things are
Complicated.
dangerous. More so now than they were before. With things being the way they are, I wish more than anything that you would just leave the city, get somewhere safe, get away from all of this. But I know you're not
gonna do
going
that.
to. I know. You have obligations here to your friends, to your family. Listen, I don't know the best way to start this, but well, I think this will answer it. And he reaches behind him and into his. Actually, I think he reaches like under the bed, and you hear him kind of like rattling around with something, and he finally pulls out a small like metal like box. He pulls it open, grabs something from inside, and tosses it onto the desk, onto the table. And as it spins, comes to the top, you see a brass badge that says GCPD on it.
You're kidding me.
I've been working undercover for about 10 years now. Investigating the Durian. You know, I grew up in the Durian family. My parents were not too distant relatives of Maria.
I know.
It was never the life I wanted. And I was approached when I was young, offered a deal. I joined the department when I was 20, and very quickly worked my way up to investigator and was put undercover, trying to stop some of the more unscrupulous activities of the Nurian, among other things. He says, "Do you remember how we met?"
Vaguely.
That wasn't an accident. I was looking for potential leads on Nosfori activity in the city. And you came up as a possible contact. Once our relationship developed and I got to know you, and once you told me who you were, and well, I destroyed your files. Told them there was no relationship. I had to lie pretty low after that, and there was an investigation, and eventually I was cleared, and no one ever found out, but not too long from there, some contacts within the department, somebody was dirty, and the Nurian found out my relationship with the department. And I had to run. I didn't make it very far. And he kind of gestures down to like the scars all across him. He says, my family caught me not too long after that, and I was imprisoned. I wasn't lying there. But it wasn't with the Empire. My family caught me, tortured me. Tried to find what information I'd given them, and I never told them. I never told them about you. I never told them about any of my investigations. I only came back after I escaped, and after a very close friend of mine was able to get me out, because I wanted to see you, and I had planned on leaving immediately after, but with everything going on right now, it looks like I'll be staying a bit longer. The police chief was killed.
Yes.
They are going to appoint a new one. Not surprising at all, but well, my former partner and I have been investigating some strange, some crooked cops in the department for a while. We weren't sure who they were working for, but they were feeding information to the outside. Promotions that didn't make sense, money disappearing. We think the new chief that's being put in place, we think that's deliberate. And he's in somebody's pocket.
But you don't know who?
We do. It's dangerous for me to tell you this, and as he says that, there's a knock at the door. That's bad timing. That's my partner. Do you mind? He stands up, walks to the door, looks through it, sighs a bit, and opens it. You hear a conversation between him and the man on the other side, and he says, what is it? We need to talk. Something's happened not too far from here. It looks like there's there's an explosion of some kind. Not really sure what it was. All right, well, I'm a little busy right now. He says, I'm sorry, but whoever's in here, you're just going to have to tell him to leave. And Nikolai kind of steps back as this partner's kind of making his way in, and he says, it's a little more complicated than that. And you see coming in is a tall man, broad set shoulders, dark brownish hair. I'm not sure if you've met Cordelia, if you've met this man. but the Nikolai, he kind of locks eyes with you for a second, and there's like a brief like pause as this man looks at you, and after an awkward beat, Nikolai kind of clears his throat and says, Cordelia, this is my former partner when I was employed with the department, Detective Hartforth.
Officer?
And he nods, and the detective gives kind of a nervous smile and says, "Oh, I'm familiar with Miss Strega here. I've been looking for you."
Is that so?
Looks at Nikolai, says, "I see you've already found the reason for that." I didn't mean to interrupt here. I can leave. And Nikolai says, "No, it's fine. Hartford and I have been investigating for a while now, and he's been my man on the inside since I had to leave the force. We think that the new chief of police, Oswin Ebengard, we think that he is a thrall of the Nosfori. Your mother has control of the department now.
Well done.
And there's this just awkward pause between the three of you for a good probably like 45 seconds. And Detective Hartford says, "Well, this is all good, but Cordelia, we're going to need your help."
With?
Well, we're stopping this.
And what makes you think I would help you?
Well, and you're not going to believe me when I say this, but he sits down at the table and says, "Your mother is the one that sold you out."
Explain yourself.
The information that we got a few years back regarding the Nosfori informants in the city. That was, well, we think that your mother planted that information to get us off her trail. And when we interrogated the individuals that gave us this information, they led us to believe that she sold you out because you were the most dispensable.
That's much easier for me to believe than you to think.
We can talk more about this when all of our wits about us a bit better, but I've been looking for you because I need your help. And I know Nikolai here needs your help too.
I will hear what you have to offer.
All right. Well, kind kind of grabs the bottle from the table and takes a swig. He says, "To new partnerships, then." And I think that's where we're going to go ahead and cut it for now. And we'll discuss more of that later. But we are really running low on time. So was there anything else anybody else wanted to do, or is there anything else anybody needed?
Seb's just waiting with some coffee back at the apartment.
Yeah.
Maybe some flowers. I just want to make sure that Clove gets back to her place safely.
Okay.
I would have escorted them. And then went to my place.
Okay. So, Enza, you get back to your apartment. Door's locked. Head inside, closing it behind you and cutting the latch, or cutting the shutting off or locking the door. Geez, I forget the words.
Throwing the deadbolt.
And as you do, you turn, and there is there is a figure standing in your living room. Same dark clothing as before. However, when you see them, you don't feel angry or scared or anything. You feel this familiarity, and without even like your own control, you find yourself walking to sit down, just like this instinctive pull and this drive as you sit in your chair.
Is this fine?
The figure walks across the room and sits across from you, pouring a cup of tea for you and one for themselves. And they speak to you as they lower their hood, and they say, "So, tell me everything that happened today." And you see sitting across from you a familiar face of Natalie Strega. And you begin to tell her everything that happened during the last day. And that's where we will end our session then.
Ah! Okay.
All right. Well done, everyone. Let's we'll wrap it there. A lot of stuff that we got out in the end at that point, so we'll pick up and get the conclusion of all of this. So thank you for bearing with us. I don't have announcements, things that are going on in GGK Land. The opening of GGK Land, new amusement park in the Orlando area that will be opening up in 2075. Construction, we just got the permits. Construction is underway, but stay tuned for that. Tickets on sale now. No, but we've got a lot of shows that are coming up in the next 2 weeks. We have on Monday the return of Wild Space, our spacefaring D&D adventure. Not D&D now. We will be playing the Dungeon World system starting on Monday. So a lot of fun there. New characters, new faces. Check it out. It's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We will then have next Thursday, the next episode or Matropony. Savannah and I will be doing. We'll be playing another game and drinking and ragging on it.
You guys are gonna like this one.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
This one's gonna be intense. So come check it out. That's gonna be, what time were we starting? 7 o'clock?
Around 7.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
A
Eastern
casual
time.
7.
Yeah.
Maybe a little earlier, depending.
Yeah. But check out our Twitter for announcements on that, but that will be here on Twitch. All of our shows from last week will be going up on YouTube, youtube.com/game nights. And you can check out our website for links to everything, ggk.smvi.co. I think that's it. Cyberscape coming up next Wednesday too, back-to-back Cyberscape, so we will have a new episode posted on a Wednesday. So that's it for now. I gotta stop talking because my brain is mush. thank you everyone for watching, and thank you players for playing, and thank you viewers for viewing. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and until next time, good game and good night, internet.
Good night,
Good
internet.
Internet.
Good night, internet.